niggas. I know them niggas don't want no pipe, I keep a squeezy. Oh, big ass glizzy. My mama tell me all the time, baby, you gonna be a star. But she don't even like that nigga. For real. That's your dog, nigga, yo, that nigga won't get your pee. I had to start fucking with niggas, I knew they wanna fuck with me. And I can't wait to ride touch, we gon' run the mix. Shit, I can't wait to scope touch, we gon' kill the mix. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I brought the blitz. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I put an extension. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, I make your mama bitch. I had to move up out my mama's house, I couldn't bring the tension. Cause when I leave up out this bitch, I gotta bring the bliss. Hey, when I leave up out this bitch, I don't know if I'll come back in. And if you really acting, nigga, you know what I'm feeling. I told my niggas bull out, cause we on a mission. My girl be telling me chill out, cause she need a nigga. And plus my son, he getting older, that's my little nigga. It ain't shit I wouldn't do for my fucking children. And making it back home to them, you know I ain't playing with you. I hear them niggas talking like I'll keep that playing with you. I heard some niggas wanna ride me down, play with niggas. They know we keep those splits burning, we love to smoke on niggas. I'm tired of bitch ass niggas act like we don't know a nigga. I'm tired of bitch ass niggas act like we won't get with them. I feel like gotta pin me, I swear y'all be annoying niggas. I feel like gotta pin me, young nigga, I keep a Jordan with me. I feel like gotta pin these 3-3s, they ain't hit nigga. Yeah. These 3Ds are hitting nigga. I feel like gotta pin me, young nigga, I keep a Jordan with me. I keep a Jordan with me. I feel like gotta pin me, young nigga, I keep a Jordan with me. I little dog in the gun, that nigga won't get your pee. I had to start fucking with nigga, I know he won't fuck with me. And I can't wait to ride touch, we gon' run the thing. Shit, I can't wait to scope touch, we gon' kill the nigga. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I put the clip. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, that's why I put an extension. I know them niggas ain't fucking with me, I make your mama bitch. I had to move up out my mama's house, I couldn't bring attention. Okay, I couldn't bring attention. I had to move up out my mama's house, I couldn't bring attention. And when I leave with these bitches,
see my life has been in motion, I'm a little windy, I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back, got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am, yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming, I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. It's fake love, that snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it.
Yeah. Hey man, all I'm saying is, nigga, you always got something to say. It's like you don't shut up.
Blazing on the track.
A lot of niggas died 1865. Single Michael fled, highway ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hollering, black was never on your side. They do maps to tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging them for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud to be a savage, that's that white man zone. And I ain't talking shit, this my definition. And being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say.
See my life has been in motion, I'm a little windy, I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back, got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am, yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming, I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. It's fake love, that snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God roll. Too much fake love, snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers, we gon' make it, that's how God roll. Yeah, the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God roll.
So dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God of Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we nothing's turned to something. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. And stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master who preaching we should submit while getting
Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. Alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me hear. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all in my blood, all in my veins. They started with perky, now that hair by numbers veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I won't let them yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, tripping, making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stirrup. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid. Yeah. I can't let them yeah. They won't see me, yeah.
Lost, see, I glossed to it, shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the feds, giving names. Who gon' feed my family if they take me out the game? Keep one in the head and one eye open, that ain't change. I'm quick to catch a body. When I shoot, he shoot, I know bro shooting right beside me. Them hollow tips go through the wall and then they hit his body.
Well, the concern is this
Dame la ciencia.
African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as America.
Hey, I mean this beat. Time done, real American. I'm from here, I ain't come from here. Yeah. Say top of my color, hop out for my brothers, but I do not think that these hoes understand. And landed the bed when they burned down your channels, through niggas and slammers, equality dead. Fuck it, I up, they came back from my virgin, the feather, my colors, the crown with the feds. Watch how you classify when you be passing by, calling you black, it's like calling you dead. Y'all came to the land of the free in the home of the brave, forgot that it's not where you stay. So having babies and switching your name around, land on the dies and you taking their place. Don't forget Democrats pushing your city back, casting your vote, put you in the grave. Rewrite your history, filling with misery, lying, told everyone we was the slaves. Where your ancestors from? What name you took on? What boat did you bitches come on? If you had a sponsorship, you not a top to see, but my people been here all along. Calling us African must be an accident. Claiming you American shit is just wrong. Clarification in case you mistaken. Sit back and remember the words to this song. Obama is not American. Mitch McConnell is not American. You crackers is not American. Pan African is not American. Remember, there's two Americans. We the old, not the new Americans. Man, look how they do Americans. Black people, the true Americans. Sorry, not sorry.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. That's that new Trey Ali, man, not American. That's fire. Shout out to the Tanchan Don, Trey Ali. Shout out to the Tanchan Don, Trey Ali, man, coming with that heat like always. Probably one of the most inspirational artists that we've seen in a long time. So shout out to that brother, man. Keep driving and doing your work, man. We got brothers that support you over here. We really believe in when it comes to this. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, it's your brother Aboriginal Power. How y'all feeling out there? Hit that like button, thumb up the video, and share the live stream. Let me put out my disclaimers. I do not push black. I am not black. I do not push FBA. I do not promote Tariq Nasheed. And when I call out pretending Indians, it's a set group of people who recently just got online and attached themselves to a tribe who now shit on other brothers and sisters who's recently coming into the information. That's who we call pretending Indians. All right. So I just want to get my all right. You niggas is not American. Pan-African is not American. Hey, shit, keep that shit going. Obama is not American. Colin Powell is not American. Kamala Harris is not American. Come on. They need Big Ab on the remix, goddamn. They need Big Ab on the remix. Man, we got DJ Cuddy in the building, man. Drop them air horns, man. Wake everybody up in this motherfucker, man. Wake the hell
back,
up.
taking risks. I'm with my man Cuddy in the cutlass to the cliffs. The dump another hit.
Shout out to Cuddy in the building, man. DJ Cuddy, one of the best to do it if you ever knew it. Goddamn. Shout out to everybody. Shout out and to some of the brothers and sisters that took their time out to come rock with the channel. So I'm gonna shout out everybody in the chat and shout out to everybody that's viewing this that's not able to chat right now. Shout out to my brother Tayshawn who's on the road right now. Don't be trying to type, nigga. Keep driving. Be safe. Be safe out there. Shout out to Lewis Luck. Shout out to Grassroots, Supreme Chief Holiday, Chick Harmony Roots, Elizabeth Young, Brendan Rogers, Rob McCoy, King Tutoring. Shout out to Mr. Aboriginal Smith. Shout out to Tayshawn, Infinity, Rando Wolf. Shout out to Snake God as well. Shout out to Pop Reed, aka Wilmore Reed. Shout out to Indigenous Being. Shout out to Wolf Hawk. All right, who else we got up in this lane? We got Copper Tone Following in the building. We got India Goddess in the building. We got Famous Damac, Famous Damac. We got my big sister Marcia in the building. Chick Harmony Roots. Who else we got in here? We got Erica Gensel. Hope I pronounced that name right, sis. Shout out to my brother Scats in the building. The realest N-word alive. Thomas Dotson Jr. Jaquan Hagar in the building. Who else we got up in here? We got Ladariel Quintez. Shout out to my brother, one of the day ones in the chat. Shout out to my brother. Nothing but love. Shout out to Brendan Rogers. Andre Mobley Sr. Shout out to Andre Mobley Sr. in the building. We got DYSE TV. We got 11 True Searcher. Chief Courtney Michelle. We got, and I believe that's it when it comes to brothers and sisters in the chat. Make sure I hit that like button. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And I can't forget the Supreme Chief Holiday in the building. Shout out to Supreme Chief Holiday, the real Mr. Miyagi. Shout out to everybody. Maybe we get the real Mr. Miyagi on the panel today. Shout out to Foundational Black American Status, aka Root Words in the building. Shout out to Root Words. Bright Mode DZ, Ghetto Child. All right, we in here. We lit. It is a movie. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. This is the Free Smoke Friday. The link is pinned in the chat. So anybody want to come on, open panel, hit the link. It's already pinned. Shout out to Stephen Wood as well. We got Gary Love on here with us. What's going on with Gary?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on with it?
Man, everything good, man. I'm just happy to be a part of this, man. Glad to run across your channel, man. Your boy, you be dropping the bombs, keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's new. Honestly, man, I was one of them Pan-African niggas not too long ago, dog. You know, I would say about a year ago, I was banging black woman is God, all that bullshit. You know, I ain't gonna lie. When you wrapped up in that shit'll get you, dog. Like, you know, it's like that shit will, dog. I got kicked out of like 2 different barbershops in Tampa, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Banging against the beast, banging against our religion and shit like that. Just basically trying to draw people, you know, home, trying to bring them home and understand we ain't got no friends out here. We ain't got no friends, you know. But you know, and I had a homeboy, his name Napalm, he ex-military or whatever. He been dropping game on me. Like when I was telling him about we African, we black. So me and him was going back and forth because he was like, no, we the real Americans, Moroccan or whatever he was saying this is our land. The whole slavery thing was totally in reverse. So I'm looking at him like, nigga, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I went looking into the shit, and the shit starting to make so much sense, dog.
Hey, bro, listen, when you trapped in that Pan-Africanism, listen, I was there too, brother. So I understand exactly what it was. It almost exhausts you how much extra work you got to do to try to convince your people that they African, and they know that they not African. You're doing an unlimited worth of job. You're doing the mission that's impossible at that point. So I want you to give your testimony to some of the brothers and sisters in the chat how you came over to this Aboriginal information. You got the flow, brother.
Okay, cool, man. I definitely appreciate it, man. I'm gonna actually take it all the way back. Like this about 6 years ago, man. I'm like I say, I'm out of Tampa, Florida, man, and I'm in the heart of the hood too. So I mean, ain't nothing but niggas out there. I mean, for real, like you got the Arabs and the Indians and everybody in our community with the, you know, the laundromats and the little, you know, little stole, the Arab stole, the corner stole, all the liquor stole, all that little shit. That's where they at. We don't run control shit. They there. They got everything. But anyway, I go in the store one day, and the lady looked me straight in my face, and this bitch had a dot on her head, but she must be an Indian from India or some shit. But she looked at me straight in my face, dog, like, and she was like, "Are you Indian?" That's what she asked me, and the shit shocked me because I'm looking at her like with a smirk, like, "Bitch, is you crazy? You know where you at, bitch? You in the hood? Where niggas at? You know what I'm saying? We niggas. What's wrong with you? You know we African American. Why would you ask me about my Indian?" And it just confused the fuck out of me. But then I remember my mom, like all the black people I know, like growing up in school, like people, like for some reason we was all trying to, you know, get away from just being black. We wanted to have something else, you know, like Indian or whatever for some reason. But everybody said they had Indian, and my mom and them was dead ass serious because like we got Cherokee in us. We, you know, that we descendants of that. And so the thing is, so as time went on, I'm starting to realize that nah, nigga, we ain't got Indian in us. We are the motherfucking Indians. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody been saying this shit all around me, dog. Like we this, we that, and we ain't mixed with the motherfuckers. We are the motherfucker. And that's
man, that's real, man. Shout out to this brother, man, for waking up and getting out of that indoctrination. Shout out to this brother, man. He can be a valuable piece to educating our brothers and sisters, man. Shout out to him.
Appreciate it.
Hey, man, we got King Tutoring on here. You stay right there, brother. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back in here. We got King Tutoring on here. What's going on?
Bless my brothers, blessings.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm fantastic. Thanks for just picking me up, man. I was just getting on here. I'm just loving the information and the knowledge that you're dropping, and just being a part of your community.
Man, it's always a blessing, man. Make sure you always constantly indulge in being a student first. Educate your people on genealogy and recognizing their lineage, and that's about as much as I ask for between the brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to you.
My brother, what I really like about you is, you know, I could tell you was raised with a father, you know, or just around men the way you handle these other brothers. You educate me on how to handle men that step out of line, my brother.
Right.
And I learned
Hey,
what.
it took a long time to get like that, brother. It took a long time. Cause actually, I wasn't raised with my father. My father died at a very, very young age, at the age of 30. So I was a young buck. So me gathering in the streets, I was adapted. I was an ex-gang member, non-active gang member, heavy in the streets. That did all the grimly, goonish, goblin shit that you can imagine. So I respect those brothers in those situations. So that's why I'm able to go straight down to the most harshest situations, the most crime, poverty, deprived situations in America, and I'm able to go communicate with them people, and they gravitate towards me because I come from that, and I'm still that. Don't get it wrong, I'm still that. I get on a nigga ass quick, but I'm here to elevate my people and put that energy towards something more positive, So yeah, my bad, brother. I didn't mean to stop your wisdom.
Like I said, it's you teaching in more ways than one. If brothers just take the time just to listen to you, how you give out your discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing that's sticking in the back of my mind that you say is, I'm not gonna keep telling you brothers to shut the fuck up. Like, damn, be a man. You know what I'm saying? Control yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep asking you. And that is just so powerful. It makes me think of me dealing with my 14-year-old son. I'm not gonna keep telling you the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real life.
Yeah, I'm not. And sometimes I don't look at nobody as my youth or children, but at the same time, I'm not about to argue with nobody's child. I don't give a fuck how old you are. You understand me? I'm not about to argue with nobody's child. You understand me? So I'm gonna try to keep the issue. We want to make sure that we're being intellectual. We're articulating ourselves, not just because of the panel's sake, because later on over the different times, gonna be thousands of people that chime into this particular live stream that's gonna try to grab some type of something from it. We want to make sure we give them food. They come in here for food, and we're telling them the kitchen's closed down because it's bickering and arguing. Right. They're gonna go to the next restaurant. You understand me? So we got to make sure we constantly serving out this platform. So yeah, absolutely.
Keep it up. I'm just right here listening to my brother being educated.
What'd you say, brother? I didn't catch that last part. My bad.
Oh, I said keep it up, brother. I ain't got nothing else to say, man. I'm just here getting educated, just listening, just growing.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you for tapping on, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got some heavy hitters in the chat. Shout out to 111 Truth on her. Shout out to hop up on the panel. Erica, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. I appreciate y'all. You understand me? We just got to keep elevating the people, man. I like to get these debacles out. Like I said, a lot of people run from these debacles because they can't really stand on what they talk about. You see what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people shy away from the conversations at hand, because they can't stand on what they talk about. A lot of it is regurgitation. And we want to prevent that within our community. Don't believe anything that I say. I encourage you to do the research. I'm going to give you the sources from where I got it from. And you got the right to critique and challenge those sources. So, that's why we do these open panels, so we can allow people to come critique. I love constructive criticism. I love to be critiqued. I do this for y'all, so I don't want to just make sure it's all about me, because I also do this for you guys as well. So I love to critique and what's going on. So I want to make sure I understand my brothers and sisters that have been around, because now I'm catering this platform. It's becoming a larger platform that is not just exclusive to Aboriginal Indians, that is becoming a part of my Lost Brothers and Sisters platform as well, for them to graduate too. So I just want to show compassion to my brothers and sisters that have been here since day one, that is maybe at a higher level than most coming into this information. Just stay here, work with me. We got fire information coming for you guys as well, for the level up information. And for the new brothers and sisters, just sit back and enjoy the ride, man. You already here on the road to success, to recognizing your lineage and understanding that you're an Aborigine. So you ain't got nothing else to go but the flow, man. You understand me? Just keep listening to them whispers that the ancestors give you. They call them a thought. They call it a thought. They call it creativity. They call it imagination. Just keep listening to your ancestors. You understand me? Shout out to Art Malik in the building. We got Art Malik in the building.
Shalom. What's going on? Peace.
Man, peace and blessings, man. What's going on with you, brother?
Yo, I got a question for the brothers on the chat today. I see y'all want some smoke, so you know what I mean. I come with a little bit of.
State your name and where you calling from, big brother. Let the people know where you at.
This is Doc Malak, and I'm not calling. I'm on the computer. I mean, I'm on the phone. I'm in California though.
All right, shout out to the brother calling in from California. Shout out to my West Coast brothers and sisters out there. What's going on with it, bro?
What's going on, big dog, man? You know, I got a question, yo. So when you guys deal with DNA?
What you mean? Like, do we deal with DNA?
Do you guys go like is DNA something that you guys go off of? Do you guys acknowledge DNA?
Well, it ain't that we don't acknowledge it. Obviously, it's a constant conversation. But what we want to acknowledge is the accuracy of any methodology of dating. So I don't care what it is. If the accuracy is not efficient for us, then you don't have to deal with it. It's not even a component that should be used. So no, it's just like no, we really don't deal with it based off its accuracy.
Wait, I thought, but DNA is like accurate, right? Isn't it like 100% accurate if somebody commits a crime? Won't they be able to be caught?
There's difference between methodologies and DNA sequences. So you have paternal and maternal, and then you have genealogy. Then you have DNA genealogy testing, right? Which is a different methodology. So one potentially has an accuracy of 99.9%. One has an accuracy of 1.001%, and so it's a wide margin of accuracy when it comes to different DNA methods. And often DNA genealogy test is not admissible in court. But the other
wait. So if I take a DNA test of my kids and they come back mine,
yeah, that's
tell me that's not acknowledgeable in court.
Yeah, that's not dealing with genealogy, and actually it is. So that's why I'm telling you, it's two different forms. The one that you're talking about is maternal. The accuracy is at a 99% accuracy, right?
No, not maternal, because maternal is just the mother. I said me.
Maternal DNA is dealing with the mitochondrial DNA. They call it mother, and because that's who holds it, but the mitochondrial DNA is what they're studying. So and one of them is not. So.
Okay, so so let's say for instance, like in terms of DNA, when we're talking about identifying who comes from what area.
Listen, I got a whole book on it from all the top geneticists. I want my sister in the chat. If anybody know, any one of my moderators in the chat can drop the DNA genealogy PDF that deals with all the top genealogists. They put a whole PDF together, giving you the ins and outs, the positive, the negative, the errors, and the limitations of DNA sequences. So yeah, like I said, there's different methodologies to it, brother.
Okay, so you say you don't agree with DNA when it comes to identifying where you come from.
Yes, because often DNA will allude to, DNA genealogy tests will often allude that your DNA come from a landmass, right?
Right. Yeah. It just have the certain DNA. That's DNA because there's people in certain areas that got certain DNA.
Absolutely.
So they'll like if your DNA has that structure,
they'll tell you that you come from certain parts, which is the landmass. But DNA is never associated with a landmass. DNA is associated with people that reside in a geographical location. And that's
right.
Test. So, but what they don't keep into consideration is migration. They don't take in consideration of displacement or anything else. So, that's why they have a low accuracy and a lot of errors in the limitation.
I got a question. Okay, so let's deal with migration. Do you believe that those people in Africa migrated there?
Yes, absolutely. There's overwhelmingly amount of sources. You not just from the American point of view, but also from the continental African point of view. You also have a recent displacement of people from North America in the 1800s that recently went over there to those particular areas to colonize it, like Cameroon, Liberia, Sierra Leone. These places was recently colonized by
No, they
Americans.
just know the people of Liberia went back to Africa because that was where they was took it from. So they went back.
Yeah, but that's kind of a fallacy as well, because a lot of those brothers that was told that they came from Sierra Leone and Cameroon are putting lawsuits on them. It's one of the largest class action lawsuits. As a matter of fact, if they thought that they self was the same African, then Africans will be able to run the highest political seats in those areas, but they actually are not allowed to unless you have American blood, which showing the distinguishing factor that they're not the same.
No, they just went through a certain history. So you know what I mean, you gotta have that, and it's not American blood. You just gotta come from America, because there's no such thing as American blood. The term America came from America's Vespucci. We're not the descendants of that white man.
No, brother, that's why I say you got to get out of that. A lot of white people will refurbish stuff and during the during the during the 1800s, right? They started rebuilding and re-adding in these facts, brother. And did you know that Amerigo Vespucci, that's not his real name? His real name was like her. It wasn't. I forget the actual name of Amerigo Vespucci, but that wasn't his real name. He changed his name to Amaru Go after he encountered the Amaru tribes of Florida and how they thrived there. They lived in complex apartments. They had a road system. They had running water, irrigation, agriculture, and he's seen how those people thrived. And often, like Europeans that discovered the land, they often named themselves after the prized tribe that they seen. Much like in Africa, much like in Asia, much like in Australia as well. So yeah, Amerigo Vespucci got his name from the Amaru Empire, or that particular nation, brother. That name is a lot older than anything. Oh yeah, that's his name, Alberto Vespucci. That was his name, Alberto Vespucci. He changed his name to Amerigo Vespucci after running into that tribe, brother. But yeah, you got to do. And then, like I said,
look though, no matter what, though, this country is still named after that dude. No matter how you try to flip it, twist it, and turn it, it wasn't named after. You know what I mean? The Amaru tribe.
Well, the continent was never named after was named because of the Amaru tribe, but the name of the continent is the name of the Amaru tribe that this brother in contact. So that's what influenced the name of the whole continent, sir. So all I'm saying is I encourage you to do your research on that, brother. I'm not telling you to take my word for it. This is established fact.
All right, so cool. All right, so let's get into this real smoke. So okay, but you guys don't deal with DNA, so that just takes away from the whole thing. How can you guys try to?
No, I'm not telling you what I'm not telling you what you can use. You can actually.
I'm talking about you. Like, how can somebody convince you of anything when you don't even agree with facts?
What I'm saying is, I ain't saying I disagree or don't disagree. I'm just saying the accuracy is at a low limitation. So if you want to go with that as your tool of methodology to prove a point, you can.
Do you disagree with DNA because it ties us to Africa?
No, it don't. That's why I'm trying to tell you. DNA is not associated with a landmass. We both agreed on this.
No, you said that they migrated there. I don't agree that they migrated.
No. The fucking migration, DNA is not associated with a piece of dirt.
It's associated with a people in the area.
DNA is not associated with dirt. So don't say your DNA leads you back to Africa, because your DNA don't even got no ties to Africa.
Okay, you're right. The DNA leads us to the people that's in Africa. How about that?
Okay, now we having a more articulable conversation.
All right. So is that the reason why you don't do why is our DNA, why do a lot of Black Americans in America, why does our DNA tie back to people in Africa?
Because the people in America in historical times and even in more recent times went over there to colonize and to civilize those areas that we call Africa. We went there, we brought civilization, and that's why you find genetic markers there from our people.
What time period did
I
the
can give
people
you a
of
list.
Yoruba get there?
We got one of the oldest dates going back at 8,000 years. We got
Where did you get that information
3,000
from?
years. From archaeology. This
From
is not
DNA?
what I'm saying. This is not what I'm saying. This is what the archaeologist is saying. I wish I was the guy that came up with this extraordinary work, but I'm not, brother. This is what the experts say.
What did they supposedly travel from to get to Africa? Where did they come from
They
first?
travel from various different parts. If you go to the oldest people in Africa today, which is credited to be the Khoisan often, the Khoisan origin story and migration story tell you that they came from Asia. So even your oldest tribes in Africa are not even African.
Yeah, you're talking about the Chinese looking black ones, right?
Call it what you want. They're the oldest people allegedly in Africa, right? Hey, they said they come from Asia. All right. So hey, y'all got to deal with your oldest people not even being part of that continent. So
no,
what
but do you look? That's the Khoisan people. We don't got that DNA in this.
History is not going to tell you this, and I'm going to be the one to tell you this, like, because I'm not here to lie to you, brother. That often various different nations and continents left their particular homeland traveling and went into Africa. So you find this high diversity of DNA sequences where all these people that's outside of Africa now, once been tested, got some connection to Africa, right? It's because historically a lot of groups of people went into Africa. See, this out of Africa theory, nobody came from out of Africa, everybody went into. And this is according to
that's something new that I never heard of that doctrine.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry you ain't heard of it, bro.
But
listen,
that's new. That's because that's some new information.
But
all consensus in the whole world knows and agrees that black people
that's the key.
That's in the Americas and on this Western hemisphere.
Just because something old and known don't mean it's correct. Okay, so one thing
that
for
sounds
certain,
like a cover up.
If you're a researcher, one thing for certain is the only thing that's going to stay consistent with historical narratives and data is change. So it's going to be a constant change. And sometimes this change rewrites history in whole. And a lot of this data that has been found kind of contradicts and rewrites history.
Where is the oldest?
We have other evidences that goes against this whole civilization coming from out of Africa and all this. I don't really get into the origin of man conversation because science cannot prove that. There's a constant drive to understand where the first humans was and where they was and how it was. And so I like to deal with civilization is what record keeping of humans being thriving in society. So we want to highlight civilization. So as far as civilizing and civilization, Americans is often credited to civilizing parts of Africa. This is not what I'm saying. Like I said, this is what the experts say.
Okay. So where's your source that prove that black or Africans, quote unquote Africans, migrated from whatever you saying they're migrating? Because you didn't give me a specific. Okay. You said the Khoisan people migrated from China. Okay, what about the Yoruban people? Where did they migrate from?
Say what?
Where did the Yoruba people migrate from?
I don't know about Yoruba people, but I'm gonna tell you that the oldest people that they call in Africa the Khoisan origin story. You can simply do a research check on this. Says they come from Asia. So
I'm not talking about the Khoisan people. I'm talking about the people whose DNA that we're talking.
I don't know whose DNA leads nowhere. I don't really know too much about people's DNA. I don't understand what you're asking. Brother Akmalek, are you with us, brother? You went out for a minute. 1-1 Truth Searcher on the panel, man. Everybody give us some 1 Truth Searcher in the building. What's up, big bro?
Man, shit, man, on the road, I was just gonna jump up quick and jump down. Cause he keep trying to take it to DNA. It's like, oh well, we can't have a conversation. First off, like bro, keep telling them it's different methodologies. When we talking about parent to child, you know, yeah, it's a 99.8% accuracy on that. When you talking about linking somebody's own DNA to they self, that's like a 99.9% accuracy. But when you start talking about DNA and connecting to people you never met and shit like that, that 23andMe shit, a lot of that shit is similarities. That's not no direct link. It's certain mutations and shit that they observe that you might share with people and shit, right? And at the end of the day, we also have our own mutations that they share amongst themselves and not even us. So it's different methodologies to this shit. You want to talk about babies and parents and yourself? Yeah, nigga, like that shit work. But when we start talking about some, oh, I'm linking you to 50% of you to this landmass and 20% of you to that landmass, man, that's comic talk, man. That shit comedial, bro. And even real geneticists know that shit is bullshit. They laugh at that type of shit. But that's all I wanted to say, bro. I'm gonna jump back off into the chat.
We got not a coincidence on this motherfucker. What's going on? Not a coincidence. Peace and blessings.
Peace. How y'all feeling tonight?
And we feeling good. Just doing a late night free smoke bill, man. Want to get some interaction with some of the brothers and sisters that tune in.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like that you're doing this nighttime shit, man. I missed you last night.
Yeah, I've been trying to. I told the people, I promised the people 2022 I was going to be a little more active. I was going to cater to the later night crowd that don't get up so often early for the East Coast time that I get up on. So, you know, hopefully everybody able to tune in, you know. Make sure y'all share the live stream. Hit that like button. It's very important for you guys to thumb up the video.
But yeah, I jumped up here because you said something interesting. You said the Khoisan say they came from where?
Asia. Yeah, their origin story claimed that they come from Asia. They migrated to that place of Africa that they reside in.
I mean, would you be able to provide a source for that right now?
That's
I never see that would be very intriguing to see that.
I don't have the book. It's actually from like an audio video from YouTube documentary of them getting into some of the culture with the Khoisan. But I can definitely get that source for you. Not a coincidence. Please don't let me forget that. I have to give it to you on the back end, but don't let me forget. Hit me up on one of them. Don't let me forget.
I got you.
Yeah, I got the source. I'm telling you, I got the source. I'm not captain to you, brother. I promise.
Now, I believe you heard it from somewhere. We just got to see where.
I thought it was very intriguing as well.
Mm-hmm. But I just want to see if you had something for that.
Right on hand, not right off. But I'm not even on my laptop right now. Or else I would pull it up for you. You understand? We got the brother Malik back in here. Let's get Malik back in here.
Yeah, so I just wanted to continue where I left off. So I was saying our DNA doesn't tie to the Khoisan people because you tried to bring those people up. Our DNA ties back to the Yoruba and the Bantu people. So my question for you:
who is our DNA? Like you don't know
Americans, black people. What are you talking about?
So all black people came from the same tribe and nation within Africa, sir?
Yeah, we all was taken in the same area. Some was taken from West Africa and some was taken in from
not a coincidence.
Midwest Africa. You know what I mean? So a lot of our DNAs, I'm not gonna say all because that's being definitive, but most of our DNA is tied back to the
you can only speak for you and your bloodline lineage, sir. You can't speak.
I'm speaking for all black people, most black people in America.
You can't speak for other people that's already did they.
You can't speak for me.
Exactly who they are.
Who did their DNA and they DNA?
A lot of you guys are confused on who you are, so you go to White Zaddy, spit in the tube, and hope that he give you a designated area. For the most of our people in America, we know exactly who we are. We're not confused on who we are, brother. We know that we are the true American. We know our lineage been here. We know we don't have any ties or genetic connection to Africa for the most part.
But how do you know that?
So you say you know that you've been here and that you know that you are these people that or the ones that been here. So I got a question for you because there's another people that claim that they're the original inhabitants of this land and they've been here. How did they get here? And who are they?
You talking about the Native American? You talking about the Siberian native?
No, yeah, the Native Americans. Yeah, you right. Yeah, them.
The Siberia. They come from Siberia.
Siberia, huh? When did they get here?
Well, you got different times of when they came. You have a Pacific slave trade.
So they got here in the Pacific slave trade?
That was one of the times. Hello?
Hello?
That was one of the times.
Yeah, we can. But listen, I don't want to bore you with my conjecture. The experts say that they came around 1000 AD. Okay, that's what they got on record.
I got some evidence. You know what I mean that goes against.
Wait, hold on.
So let me get that real quick.
Hey, but
what's her name that was just talking?
Sister Soul.
No, the dude that was just talking.
Oh, the dude talking Brightmore.
Oh, Brightmore. Yeah, you. Bro. So look, you gotta listen. Yeah, bro. Oh,
Brightmore just he's just a brother in the chat. He's not.
Nah. He's saying he got good questions, but he needs to listen to what you said. You said they came 1000 AD. So you saying these people from Siberia came 1000 AD. But the first answer you gave was the Pacific slave trade. There was no Pacific slave trade 1000 AD.
Who said a Pacific slave trade?
You.
I heard that on.
I said a Pacific slave trade.
Yeah. So listen.
Okay. So what? All right. So I'm just trying to get clarification.
I know
was it Pacific slave trade or 1000 AD?
No, what you just heard.
I never gave a time. I never gave actual time for the Pacific slave trade.
Hold on.
Well, Pacific slave trade has its own time.
We're talking out of hand and confusing up the congestion.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to articulate yourself. He said the Pacific slave trade because that's another time that Asians came over here. I just often went to the first time that they allegedly came. That's all. He just gave you another time.
At least you know they Asians.
Nah, because he asked a specific question. He said, "When did they first get here?"
I know. He said when.
Obviously. So we're gonna go with your 1000 AD. So how did they get here 1000 AD?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know. That's another argument, right? But we know that they invaded the land, and under all murals before a certain time period, you don't see them. You don't see them mentioned, depicted, or nothing. Only after this invasion, you start to see them depicted around in our areas, and this is documented by the Aboriginal ancestors here, which was very, very sophisticated record keeping.
Can you show any proof of what you're saying?
No, look.
You can actually go to the ballpark murals. I've actually showed that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, you show it right now, though. I'm asking.
Listen, but that still leaves us in a spot that, all right, so this is you're only talking about this part in Central America. What do we have anything else in North America that depicts these people as?
Absolutely, and that's what he gets into the Pacific slave trade, which is
So now
battle axe in the back.
This is about 500 years later, though. I'm talking about that same time period, 1000 AD, so we can compare. Because now, what I'm going to say is, those light-skinned ones come from the northern parts of America, and the dark-skinned ones come from the equator. You can't prove me otherwise because you don't know who those people are. You don't know when they came here. Those are the same people.
The data in the bones show that these people wasn't here in North America at a certain time.
DNA?
No, the DNA matches to the Native Americans that are here today through the haplogroup.
I thought they don't do DNA. Time out. I'm confused. Do you deal with DNA or not?
Hold on, brother. Hold on. You confusing up the water. We'll get to in a minute.
He's talking about craniology.
Yeah, we're talking about craniology. Don't jump into an argument when you don't know what's going on. I get to you and your
See, I've been
DNA.
around. I know what they're gonna say. But so if we go to one of these skulls, they tested DNA. And the DNA is gonna go back to the Native Americans that are here
What
today.
DNA?
So we're
What
still having a
score?
problem.
Hold on, not a coincidence. I'm gonna ask you this: what score did they find that they abstracted DNA from? Can you name that score for me, please?
I'm gonna show you. Hold on, give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna come back with it. Hold on.
No problem, brother. Is it the Kenny Wickman thing? Just by chance?
The Kennewaw? Nah, it's not that one.
Okay.
Hey, bet.
Yes, sir.
So I actually came on because, you know, me and King Cass, you know, we had a little conversation, and I've been trying to study all this Stone Old Rebellion, Cato's Rebellion or Cato's Conspiracy. And is anybody out there that can give me any type of information, because I'm not finding too much of shit on this Stone Old Rebellion.
I don't really know too much about it.
The name of the skull is Luzia. That's what Battle Axe said. He's in the back.
Nah, Lucia's not one, brother.
He said in Luzia. Oh, okay, never mind. But yeah, Battle Axe in the back, y'all. And I got this source.
I know Battle Axe. I can only deal with a couple of you guys at a time. Y'all don't show discipline. I allow not a coincidence up here because he shows discipline. So after I deal with you, Aki, I deal with Battle Axe. So Battle Axe, just sit patient, brother. I'll be with you in just a second.
No, I got some discipline. I'm disciplined. You know what I mean? You can. I ain't gonna give you no hard time.
Have anybody found the auntie in Africa off of DNA?
You got a little crunk a little bit, but it's all good. I'm giving you a chance to shine. Hey, I call you son because you shine, son, not because you're my actual son. You understand me? I call you son because you shine. You understand me?
B.
So yeah, man, shout out to my brother, not a coincidence. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The link is pinned in the chat, y'all. So make sure y'all hit that link. Make sure y'all hit that link. I want to kind of rotate some of the we got Sister Soul on here. So we got a brief intermission waiting on the brother, not a coincidence. Shout out to Sister Soul, y'all. We got Sister Soul, man. What up, Sister Soul? She on here with us?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right,
yeah,
what's going on? You got the flow, sis.
Oh no, I was gonna show him article. I'll pull it up in a second since he got to share something, but showing you know who was here, and even in the Nebraska area when the Indians came, you know, when they were in the land, and then the people came to try to push them out and trying to take over when they saw all this beautiful, luxurious land with all this fruit and stuff growing and just hanging from the trees. And the air was so pure. It was so beautiful. And, you know, they wrote about how they came and they just put these buildings up to make land management. They had to use 5 different land management offices and, you know, construct those so that they could just assume and take over the land. And yeah, all of that stuff. And it's talking about us being here. It's talking about everything that was here, the things we were doing. It even talks about the railroad system. They came here and there was a railroad system already that I've talked about many times and other people have talked about. And it's proof that there was always a railroad system here. That so-called underground railroad was an underground railroad for transportation, going from state to state because they were transporting goods and they were trading. And, you know, we were doing this with each other forever. They had been doing that when these people came over here to the Americas, when they came to so-called assume stuff. So when you get done pulling up whatever you want to pull up, I'll have this pulled up by then just to show you that.
No problem, Sister Soul. I got you, Sister Soul.
Yeah, I put it in the back.
I see you put it in the back. Like I said, I'm on my tablet right now. I'm not even on my laptop. So maybe I thought you was gonna pull it up, but I will look into that. Send that to my DM send that to my DM on Instagram right quick if you don't mind.
All right. But yeah, it's talking about a little boy that they found lived around 13,000 years ago. That his DNA matches to the Native Americans that
How old is this article?
in the area today.
This a recent article? This a new article?
Yeah, well, it's from 2014. This is when they did the this study. But I have other
the
ones.
Hold up. The name of the article says ancient genome suggests Native Americans really did descend from the first Americans, not were the first, but descended from the first, and that's wrong.
All right, but no, I don't know why you playing a word game. We descend from the first people who ever lived. So I don't. That's what they're saying. The people, the Native Americans we see today, descend from the first one. That's what they're saying.
Right. That means
Whether
their family members were the first Americans. That's
yeah,
what
I
that
don't know
means.
why he tried to play that word game. Like that didn't make no sense.
Yeah, but the term Native American is often a confusion. But like I said, I'm not arguing with your thing. I'm definitely gonna look into it. I don't argue against nothing I haven't seen, so I'm definitely gonna look into that. Brother, not a coincidence. I do trust your work too, brother. You know, I'm never rejecting information. You understand me?
When did the term Native American come along?
This is a nice proponent, but you know I can also go with the other bones. You got Lucy and Naya, the 98 bones that was found with those, the 120 that was found with Lucy, and the DNA analysis consistently, the craniology, excuse me, the craniology analysis consistently said Negro.
But so
And
look,
that's
can I
according
say this?
to Richard,
Can I say
and
this?
that's according to Richard Neves and Michael Neves.
So nobody, I'm not gonna argue what they say her features look like, but I'm telling you, they say her DNA matches to the people that they call Native Americans today. I'm
Okay,
sending
well
that right now.
that's cool. So now we got to
So
get into who is these people that they was comparing their DNA to. Now we have to get some type of visual of who was they comparing the modern DNA to the ancient DNA to. You understand me? So like I said, that's a good argument, if you will. But like I said, it could be debated. But like I said, it's a strong, it's a nice source. I appreciate that. Not a coincidence. Appreciate that, brother.
nah, no problem. I sent you. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna check it out. You know I'm gonna give you some feedback on it sometime after the
So
show.
this one with Lucia, they tested 49 people from Brazil.
And what? The link is already pinned in the chat, y'all. The link is pinned in the chat. It's pinned already.
You can rotate me out, Bap. I'm waiting on that Stono Rebellion with any Pan African or whatever.
What you
Motherfucker.
want to know about Stoner Rebellion?
Anything. His parents, Jimmy parents. Where did he come from out of Congo? You know, any
You
type of
want to
thing.
know
What type
about
of
one?
store? What
I mean,
type of store did he
what
rob? Who were some of the guys that he was with? You know,
who are you
like
talking about? Who are you talking about? There? You talking about
out of
one
the stone.
individual? It was
I
multiple
mean,
people that was involved.
it was one main character in the Stoner Rebellion that they spoke on. So that's one of the main people I'm trying to
Who are you
focus
talking
on.
about? What's his name?
Jimmy, his name, aka Kato.
You talking about Kato? Fucking
Kato.
yeah. So you want some primary sources on that? I see if I can find something.
The link is pinned in there. So yeah, we'll rotate. Sister Soul, you want to get the illustrating what you had lined up on the screen for us? I'm allow King Tudor back in here. We can get Battle Axe. Battle Axe, I was waiting on you just for the chance to come back in. So come on back up here, Battle Axe. Go ahead, Sister Soul. You got the flow, sis.
Okay. Let's see. Can you share the screen?
Yeah, let me pull it up for you. Boom. And we're gonna do that like that. Boom. There we go.
All right. Got it. Oh, well, actually, let me show you the one of the articles that they had showing all the acres that they had actually. Let's see. Nebraska, the garden of the West. The whole state they consider the garden of the West. They had 50 million acres of grain and grazing land. They offered to actual settlers for only $1.25 per acre outside of the railroad land of the grant limits, were $2.50 an acre inside of the limits. So let's read a little bit of what they said when they came and they seen everything that was in this great, beautiful state.
When was this article written?
This isn't an article. This is a clipping from a book. And there's some other articles. I'll show the other articles in a minute.
Okay,
it says the state of Nebraska. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying battle axe in the back now.
Well, I'm bringing them in now.
The state of Nebraska is justly celebrated for its healthy climate. Not a cubic foot of putrid air or water. Epidemic diseases unheard of. Winters short and mild. The atmosphere dry, brisk, and bracing. The scenery varied, not monotonously like the states east of the Mississippi. Well, may the invalid come to the Nebraska. The general surface of the state is undulating prairie. The valleys are very drained, rich bottoms of alluvia and vegetable mold covered with a thick jungle of nutritious grass. There was water by clear, rampant streams. Between the water courses are vast tables of land and rich, porous, spongy loam. I'm sorry, guys. This looks a little weird from where I'm reading on my side. All the circles of the temperate zone, the corn, the wheat, the oat, the barley, the rye, are grown with care, certainly, and success. While the serum, tobacco, flax, hemp, and all root crop do well. The soil and the climate are well adapted to all manner of fruits, apples, pears, plums, peaches, apricots, grapes, and every species of berry, well ripened luxuriously in the pure sunlight of Nebraska. Livestock must forever be a prominent and paying business in the state. Horses, cattle, and sheep are raised nearly as cheap as in Texas. So if they're saying it was raised as cheap as Texas, obviously they had pricing, they had a cost. So there's some type of system set up. Obviously, that's common sense. The sheep raised there is no finer country on the globe. On these dry rolling lands, free from swamps and fog and drizzling rains and sleet, sheep are they never deceased. It is uncontradicted that for wheat, Nebraska is the banner state and will be the banner state for wool and mutton. The railroads already traversing the states afford ample market facilities, while a few years more will present a complete network of iron lines binding together all sections of the state. Education is free. The school fund is ample. The general government gave to Nebraska double portion of land for school purpose, 2 sections, and on the 16th and the 36th in every township, or 1/18 of all the public domain. The towns and villages are springing up in all localities, and mills, post office, springing up. They started all this stuff. This, mind you, all this is already going on. You got to think about it. Towns and villages are springing up in all localities. And the mills, post office, stores, schoolhouses, and churches are rising as fast as necessarily demanded. Of course, they needed that. And just to say real quick, I didn't bring the article and some other information that I read in the bill on this, but it literally talks about how they came in and they made the people take on the Christianity. They had the Indians. It said the Indians. They say, hey, y'all, come on, take on this Christianity. Once they teaching the Christianity, they said, listen, what do you do? What do you need all the riches in this land for? You have all the riches in God and in Jesus. Then they killed them. It literally told that they swayed them over with the religion, took over the lands because they were being nice and kind to them. They was talking about how docile and stupid they was and all this nonsense. And then they would sway them with the Christianity. And then after they swayed them, they would literally be cutting off their heads. Just so you know, that's another part. But that's not on here. This is just the article talking about it. If you wish to get a homestead near depot, you can buy out some preemptors, right, and improvements for a very modern sum. Of course, $1.20 damn 5 an acre. Ain't that something? If you prefer to have 160 acres that no man ever claimed, nobody ever claimed it, but these people were living there, and comprise all the desirable elements of rich bottom soil, running water, some wood and stone. You can find it in the new countries of Howard, Sherman Valley, Greeley, Boone, or Antelope, north of the plateau, or Franklin, Milton, or New Wells, south of the plateau, or unorganized territory beyond all these. If you would make stock raising on a large scale your specialty, go to regions of North Plateau. They telling them, hey, y'all come here. It's all this land. They got all this food. They got cattle there. All you got to do is come start your business. You come here, you get this land, and you build yourself a business, and you just take over the land. That's what they was telling the people to do. Check it out. If you'd like to build machinery, check this out. Mind you, in the beginning of the story, you see how I was telling them that everything was pure. The air was pure. The water was pure. They never seen nothing so pure ever in their life. Now here these people come over to just screw up everything, the air, including the damn air. If you would like to build machinery for a manufacturer of grain, wool, flax, or paper, you can find in any quarter of the state a narrow, deep paramil, I believe that's saying, water power to your satisfaction. They giving them the instructions. Hey, y'all just come on, build and find you a little place. You go, y'all can get all this grain here. They got all this stuff here. You just come, you grab the stuff, you make a business of it, and you start right there. Check this out. They are 5 United States land offices in Nebraska. Check this out. They made 5 offices because it was 50 million acres. They needed 5 offices just to maintain taking over the lands in this place with a dirty A. At Dakota City in the northeast corner of the state for all the countries west along the Missouri, at West Point in Cumming County on the Elkhorn River for all the Elkin country west, at the Grand Island on the Union Pacific Railroad, at the Grand Island, I'm going to read that again for those that stay and sleep still, at the Grand Island on the Union Pacific Railroad. There was already a Union Pacific Railroad when these people who came over here trying to make what they wanted to do. 150 miles west of Omaha for all the middle part north of the Plateau River. Another thing, make sure you guys know that they keep telling you all this about they came here, back here, when, where, y'all was doing slavery this time, that time. That's a lie. This shit is so much more recent than y'all know, man. It's crazy. At Lincoln in Lancaster County, the capital of the state for all the southeast part, and at Beatrice in Gage County for all the west part south of the plateau. But you need not listen. Check this shit out. Look how easy they made it for them. They were so damn kind for them to come help them get this shit. Y'all just come help us take it over. But you need not necessarily go to these for information or to get your land. For the land agents in the principal towns, they can transact the business for you. Check this shit out and save you money if you locate it at a distance from the land office. Do you hear this? All you got to do is contact them and they're going to set it up for you. They're going to get the land for you, have it set up, put it in your name. You ain't got to do no work, ain't got to do shit. Just come assume these people's shit. Y'all hear this? I just want y'all to see that part. So let me show you these articles.
Can I say something real quick? Hold on.
You sure
wait
can.
a minute. So what it looks like? So what it looks like? It looks like.
Battle ass, hold on.
Can I say something?
No, let her finish, brother. I'm gonna allow you in. I'm gonna get you to you in just a second.
She's about to go to something else. So before she goes to something else, I want to address what
No, I wasn't. You were asking me about the time period, and I'm trying to get to it, brother. I thought you already asked the question, unless it was something else. Go ahead.
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let her finish and then let her finish answering this.
Her if he said it.
Hold on. You can. I'm gonna have her I'm gonna allow you to ask her, but let her finish answering the question for the first person, brother. I got you. I gotta start showing some discipline. I just told the brother Malik I only wanted one at a time on her because you don't show no discipline. Go ahead, sister. So you got I'll let you finish up what you're doing, sister. Go ahead, you got it.
Okay. So the brother you were asking, the first guy was asking about when was this time period. So this was in 1861, brother. And I'll read this article briefly to you as well. It says a soldier of 1861 can have 160 inside of the railroad line for $22, all fees included, for 160 acres, $22. This was in 1861. But yeah, go ahead.
In 1861, they got railroads. I don't know. What are you saying?
They had railroads and they had
did you
railroads
just
in
see it?
1861.
Yeah,
They
we
had
know
railroads.
that.
That's not an anomaly. They had railroads in 1861.
But
This document is
but when they came,
this document
they
is
came.
not
Hold
this
on, brother.
doc.
You're not
Excuse
following.
me.
Can I say
Excuse
something
me.
real quick?
Hold on. I was trying to respond to you though, and then you stop, and then you're not done now all of a sudden. But that's not fair. You allowed me to finish.
Hold on.
Okay, so now I'm gonna finish. I'm saying this. Let me finish saying this, man.
Battle Axe. Hold on. I got you. You gonna get the floor. It's your turn to speak. He gonna respond to you, Sister Soul. But I thought I heard somebody else responded too. So I heard
Yeah,
two
that was me.
different.
My bad.
Okay, yeah, I heard two different people responding. Don't act like Sister Soul is confused on what's going on. She heard two different voices going on. So don't do that. Go ahead,
I
Battle
know,
Axe.
but
You
you're
got.
throwing me off by doing all this. You're throwing me
I
off
know.
by doing all that. You didn't have to do that.
That's why I allow one people to speak at a time, and I don't like people speaking out of hand because it
Yeah, but you
causes confusion.
should. Yeah, but you should
So
see
go
that
ahead.
you're
You got the
violating
flow.
that rule, and you threw me off.
You got the flow, brother. Go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah. After you threw me off, and now I'm sitting there trying to figure out what I was saying. What you did is you took this document from 1861 when they already had railroads. That's not something that you can actually say that substantiates that this place was like the paradise kingdom of Oasis with all the high advanced technology. That document didn't say that. That was an 1861 document, man. 1861 is not that long ago.
Okay.
My dad was born in 1942.
All right, sir. Okay, I heard you. Can we go on so we don't have to?
That wasn't even 100 years before my dad was born.
Okay,
that wasn't even 100 years before my dad was born.
I heard you. I heard you 4 times.
Some historical reference with a modern document.
Hold on, Sister Soul. Hold on, Sister Soul. I got you. I'm gonna allow her to respond back to you and answer your question there, or the rebuttal your statement. Go ahead, Sister Soul. You got the flow.
Okay, sir. First off, I'm only showing you a couple of clippings, right? I literally did a whole build on this. Not only this, but other documentation I brought up. It's not only proven that at this time that they're talking about when they came, brother, they weren't there. There was no white people there. Let me just say it like that. It was all of the Indians that were there. When they came over, they were talking about in the other information that I had that I went over. You can go check my video out from last night yourself. I ain't gonna do all that. If you don't believe it, that's your business. The whole thing is that when they came over, the Indians were there. It expressly talked about everything, how the trees were so tall. The same thing is said in this article that I read a minute ago. It was talking about how pure the air and everything was. And it said how when they came in, they started moving them out. It showed how they moved them in different places. It talked about how they brought the Christianity and they started telling them, oh yeah, follow God. And this is we're here to help save you. You need to be a Christian and this and that. They made the people turn it into Christians. Then they turned around and killed them, took the land. It's a lot more to it, brother. I'm just showing you. And when you're thinking about it, you're saying 1861 wasn't that long ago. Okay, but in 1861, this is talking about a railroad line that was already there. This is not done. They say, oh, we were building a railroad. This is a railroad system that had been there. So this was something that was there before the 1800s. You have to kind of think in your head what's going on when they're
before 1800s.
Sir. That's crazy.
Right, they had railroads before 1861. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Right.
Okay. I'm done. Anybody else interested in the information? Like I said, check
I'm
the
just
bill.
saying, you're trying to hang on these railroads, but 8 railroads existed before 8.
A little more into the information and letting you know. I've also done videos to prove that the underground railroads that they were talking about were really underground railroads. They had towns under there. They were traveling and transporting under there. There's more information, brother. I'm not going to sit here and babysit you. All I'm saying is that this is just showing you that in a particular area. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, So I was going to say after you done, Tayshawn got the flow. No, after you, Tayshawn got the flow. Go ahead, Tayshawn. After so.
So I'm just saying, I'm gonna say this real quick too. I'm just saying that this is really just to show you that there were 50 million. We're not talking about 50, 50, 100, 50,000, brother. We're talking about 50 million acres of land that nothing was there but the native people, brother. So if you're thinking, oh, the 1800s, that wasn't that long ago. Well, shit, it wasn't that long ago. You have to think about that.
Everywhere.
Hey,
That
hey,
was
hey, 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 hey. If you, hey, sir. What I'm saying is you have to think if they came into the area in the mid damn near mid 1800s, there was nothing but natives there. They were governing, they were controlling. It even talked about they had their own senate, everything, brother. If they were doing all this already in 18 something, when these people came to push them out, they make it seem like it was further back, but it's not. This is just more proof that this stuff is more prevalent to the nearer future than we think. And like I'm saying to you, brother, it says specifically they were Indians, they moved to Indian, they taught them the Christianity, and we're talking about the early 1800s, brother. And they weren't, nothing about a slave was mentioned, nothing, because they came over there thinking they discovered something new.
I
So
want to allow. Hold on. I don't want to stalemate. Hold on. Go ahead, sister.
Lesson. So if you're thinking about if it's the 1800s and they already have all this established and these people coming there and there's nothing but Indians there and it's 50 million acres, they never even been there. There's nothing but Indians there. Come on, ain't nothing else to say about that. Go ahead.
Can I respond? Okay.
I want to. Hold on just a second, brother. I got you. I want to allow one of the new brothers who haven't got a chance to say anything yet on the panel. I don't even know if you want to address whoever or whatever. Shout out to my brother Tayshawn on here. You got the floor, brother. And I'm gonna allow you to speak right after Tayshawn, brother Aki.
Hey, peace to the chat, peace to the panel. Bap, salute to you, bro. You already know I appreciate what you're doing, reaching out to the lost ones. I'm 10 toes behind you, so keep doing what you're doing, God. I did have a question, but I forgot that shit because I'm over here laughing at Battle Wax ass. Like, bro, you gotta relax, dog. Like, you gotta chill. So I'm just gonna fall back in the chat, and when I remember my question, I'll pop back over.
This lady is rambling.
No problem. Tayshawn, make sure you be safe out there, bitch, bro.
A point and let motherfuckers say something. You can't say 50 million fucking points and then have everybody.
Hold on, bro. Down. All right, Tayshawn, brother. Make sure you be safe, brother. Be safe. Tap in. I'm gonna rotate you out and rotate you in. Get some brothers and sisters like in here. Shout out to you. All right, bro. Tap in when you get a chance. When you remember that question. Shout out to Tayshawn. Be safe out there, brother. While we got a quick second, I'm gonna allow the brother Ak to speak. We're gonna take a chance to adjust the room a little bit. So I want to say peace and blessings to everybody in the chat. I want to say peace and blessings to everybody tuning in. Shout out to the brothers on the panel. Make sure y'all show respect, discipline. I appreciate y'all for coming on. I want to give y'all the chance to get that shit out. I don't have to let y'all get shit out. This is my shit, but I want to make sure that y'all treat it with respect. You understand me? That's all I ask for you brothers to do. Shout out to everybody in the chat. While we do this, we're gonna take a quick 60-second break. I want y'all to hit that like button, thumb up the video, and share the share the live stream. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Alright, man, all I'm saying is, nigga, you always got something to say. It's like you don't shut up.
On the track. A lot of niggas died 1865. Single Michael fled, highway ain't gon' let it ride. Everybody hiding black was never on your side. They do maps to tell your apps where you sleep at night. They put that white man on. Got you begging them for answers like that white man know. Had you swearing you was African, that's that white man home. Had you proud to be a savage, that's that white man's zone. And I ain't talking shit, this by definition. And being savage was our nature, y'all be non-existent. We done took your ass out when we was in them kitchens. Instead of showing you how to live and how to maintain business. White supremacy fake. Only way that shit real is if you do what they say. We the guards of the gate. So when they say they fear God, now you know what they made.
All right, shout out to everybody in the chat. Go ahead, Aki, you got the flow.
Okay, I got a question for the sister. So you read an article about Indians and Native Americans, right? Is she still there?
Sister Saul, I believe that question was catered towards you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you did.
Oh, I thought he was just saying you read the article and was about to say something about it.
No, I
My
said
bad.
I
Yeah.
asked a question. I just said, did you read an article about Indians and Native Americans?
When?
Right now. Was that article not about Indians and Native Americans?
No, that was. It didn't say anything about Native Americans, brother. It said Indians. That
Okay,
didn't say
Indians.
anything
All right,
about
Indians.
Indians.
In
That
1861.
particular article was talking about what was in the lands.
Well, you said it was about Indians. So in 1861,
right,
who were considered the Indians?
The
Was that not
Aboriginals
Native
of the
Americans?
land. No, it was the Aboriginals, brother. It was not the Native Americans. The Native Americans had not even come over in that area at the time.
So Native Americans in 1861 wasn't known as to be the Indians?
Yo, bro,
No.
hold on.
No,
Hold
they
on,
were
bro.
known to be Native Americans.
Go ahead,
Can I
bro.
say something?
Go
Nah, you're
ahead.
not listening. Bro, you got to listen to them. Remember, BAP just told us that they came over 1000 AD. So in 1861, they have to be here already. Remember, he said this.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
They
So
what?
these are contradictions.
And actually, that's you absolutely. I'm not contradicting shit. Don't say back.
No, I'm just saying we're
Listen,
hearing a contradiction.
actually,
We
at
are hearing one.
1865, the
We are hearing one.
Aboriginal and Indian people was already classified as Negro, black, and colored at this particular
So
time.
why is she telling us in 1861 they wasn't here yet?
They weren't there. Okay? I thought you were talking about the article I just read about Nebraska area. They weren't all in that area though, brother. They weren't everywhere. It's not like they had the natives in every area, brother. They had
Bro,
them
all you
coming
gotta
in
do is listen to them. You let them talk, listen, and you can pick the whole shit apart because they be saying mad contradicting shit. They don't even got their own story together.
I'm not saying anything. I'm basing something off of what I read, brother. I'm reading
Right. Yeah, because you took some information and then what you're doing is you're hyperimposing it into your belief. You hyperimpose that to fit your narrative.
Hold on.
Calm down.
Not a
What's wrong
coincidence.
with
Hold on. Not a coincidence.
Bap, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you
Have I contradicted myself, brother?
No. I'm not saying that. But what
I just want to make sure for clarity.
No, but for clarity, you gotta understand if somebody's listening, they hear you say one thing and they hear her say something else, but you don't say nothing about what she said.
Well, I'm not gonna cut nobody off, but I'm not gonna cut nobody off. You actually cut her off before she was done. I was actually going to elaborate and go into that Negro was already being classified at that point. But go ahead. But I think she was talking about a specific area. These particular Native Americans.
Doctor it up.
It's not doctoring it up, but if you don't let a person elaborate on what they're saying, maybe you don't get a full understanding. That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, sir.
You spoke for 15 fucking minutes. You spoke for 15 minutes. You didn't prove your point. You don't have one.
To prove a point, I don't have
Battle Axe. Battle Axe. Hold on. Battle Axe. Hold on.
Boy, go take you a pill or something.
Just be honest, man.
Hold on. Everybody
Let's just be honest. The point wasn't proven.
Hold on. Everybody mute up, man. Y'all tripping. Listen. Y'all gotta calm down. And Battle Axe, you're a little hostile, G. Calm down. It's all love.
No, it's just that she used 15 minutes. She insisted on speaking for 15 minutes.
Wow, she got 15 minutes. Her 15 minutes of fame.
Hold on. Everybody mute up. Nobody talk while I'm talking. All right. You know what I mean? Show some discipline. Let's show some discipline, please. We gotta show discipline. You understand me? If nothing else, if y'all disagree, that's fine. That's cool. But damn, y'all got to show some discipline. I hate telling grown people to be quiet. I swear to God, on everything I love, I hate telling grown ass people to be quiet. To calm down, to chill. I hate that. That's weird to me. You know what I mean?
Well, why are you just rambling on?
Because this is my platform.
I'm out, man. Everybody, you got the stupidest fuck, man.
Damn. Get your head out of white Jesus ass, sir. I don't know what you doing over there. Fuck on, Battle Axe. Nigga gonna ask me why am I still talking on my show? Nigga, you know who channel you on, fool? What the fuck is wrong with these weirdos?
Can I
God
pull
damn.
up some pictures of some Indians in 1861?
Can I finish saying what I was trying to say to you, gentlemen? I can't see your name with the black thing on here. What I was trying to say was, with them in that area, brother, you have to think how large the United States is. If they're invaded, it's not like they came and invaded everywhere at the same time. So you have to think this stuff has been going on for like over a period of time. So if they were here, of course, in the 1400s, if that's what you're talking about, yes, they came, they invaded. The Spanish invaded. I mean, there's plenty of information and documents and facts on that. We're specifically talking about this area, brother, and what it showed. I didn't bring the total article up. I used it last night and some other information on the bill. But in the other information that I had that coincided with this, what it showed was that it was all the Indians were there and how they came in and pushed them out and started moving in and taking over because they had all this stuff there. And this is in the area. So just like every area that they invade, these things happen on every area they invade, brother. This is just a specific area. So this must have been one of the last prairie lands that they actually invaded. And this was in the early 1800s. Obviously, it was already things going on. And the point of the railroad is because, look, the railroad was already there. It had been there. They're already trading with other places, brother. That's all I'm saying to you. And if it's an Indian land and there's none but Indians there at the time, it even said they were shocked to see like a white person in the area they weren't supposed to be in. This was like a big thing for them. So they talked about it in this specific area. So just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I just want to know, are you saying that those Indians are what we call black people today or were?
Yes, brother. And it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, I'll try and pull the article up since you need so much proof. Or you can just go look. Okay, real quick. I'm just saying, brother, you can go and check out my video I did last night, like I said, and I have the links to the books that I read 2 different books.
Go ahead and whip it out for him. I believe this brother willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to stand on it.
I have to get the information, bring it back up, do all that. I'm not in the mood to do all. I don't, I'm sorry. I just don't feel like I just got off live before I came over here. It's not that serious. I'm trying. I already pulled that.
I don't understand how much work going through these live streams sometimes.
Yeah. But I can drop the I'll put the link so you can check the link out, brother. And I literally have the books in there. You can click on them and you can read them yourself, and you can go through the information. So I'm just telling you what I know from my own perspective, on top of other information. I can't go over everything just to prove it to you. So you have to kind of check these things out.
Let me ask you a question, brother Aki. Is it safe to say that you come from like the Bible ideology understanding?
Oh, yeah. I believe in the word of the Most High. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's your gripe, pretty much.
No, I'm just trying to right now. I'm trying to get an understanding on this whole Aboriginal, and now I'm trying to understand how when the blacks become Indians, and because I always knew, I always had the understanding that Native Americans,
Aboriginals have always been black people. You'll never see a white Aboriginal ever in your life.
I'm saying I always had the understanding that Indians were Native Americans, and those are the same people that still call themselves Indians today.
Well, Indians is often referred to the first people of this land, the First Nation. So when you compare them to the First Nations, you have to go back to First Nation, which when you look at mirrors of some of the First Nations around in the Americas, you see melanated people. You don't see the Asian phenotypical depiction. They often depict themselves as Negro, and when encountering other people, they often show their phenotype, and which was distinguished from them. So we often see that the records of the people who was keeping records here of this land, some of the oldest records here, some of the oldest nations here, documented themselves as Negro.
The oldest documented, as in like what documents?
And codexes, mirrors, and steles.
So you talking about like the Olmec heads and stuff like that?
I'm talking about Mayan, Olmec, Inca. I'm talking about Poverty Point. I'm talking about Hopewell. I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about these nations, brother. I'm talking about Algonquin. You understand me?
Wait,
I
you
don't know.
say
Can you show me? Can you give me an
hold,
example of what you're talking
hold
about
on.
before we go any
You have
further?
Algonquin Stele as them as Negroes, you said?
No. I don't have that. See, now y'all compressing everything. What I brought up Algonquin because this is another nation that's often uh 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 depicted as Negroes, especially a lot of they tribal tribal
Yeah, that's
some
what I'm
of
saying.
the
You have that?
Wait, the Native Americans
You
were
have that?
considered Negro too when the white folks came out here. That's just
Hell no.
Oh.
Yeah, they was.
How when they the same color as so-called white people, bro? Y'all
No,
serious?
they're not.
Yes,
No,
they
they're not.
are. Are y'all serious, bro?
Are you serious? I'll pull up a
This,
Native
this,
American right now. He
hold
look like a white
on.
dude.
Okay, so let me ask you this: have you ever heard of a Native American being referred to as a Negro, bro? Ever?
Yeah.
When, bro?
There's many of articles
yeah,
stating
that's
that the Native Americans.
Yo.
hey, we know we got black
I'm just saying,
nations
man.
throughout
I ain't even joking. I ain't jesting or joking. I'm being serious.
listen, we got black nations throughout the whole America. You know what I mean? We got Shinnecock, you got Chickamauga, you got Muskogee, you got some Creek, you got these still revenants of broke off nations throughout these POWs. But a lot of these, like I said, when you get into these nations, you got a lot of melanated people here that's doing nation business. Up north, you got King Tammany, often referred to as Chief Tammany. They got statues of him in Philadelphia depicting him as a Negro standing on a turtle. Y'all seen them before often. So like I said, man, y'all can be subjective. Y'all have seen the work, but like I said, yeah. So when you deal with some of the earliest nations here and the records of the people here, they depict themselves as Negro. So I mean, I don't know what else more you want to say.
Hey, let me ask the brother a question, Nick. Let me ask him a question right quick.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, today, have you ever heard of a Native American or a Mexican call themselves Negroes, bro? Or niggas, or niggers? Seriously, bro? Or even black? If Negro
That's
means
the
black.
term that the white man gave us, dude.
No, I'm not asking you that. I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, have you ever heard a Native American or a Mexican call themselves a Negro?
No, I said that the white man called them Negro.
Okay, watch this.
Hold on.
Okay, watch this. Hold on, because I got a follow-up question. Well, a follow-up
Actually,
statement.
they didn't start referring to them people as that until later on. They was often referred to Asian slaves or captives or Chinos.
Chinos. Yep.
Yeah, see, you got to get into Asian slavery in colonial Mexico.
So
That's a
they
good
were.
book
So
to
you
read,
admitted
brother.
though.
That's
You
a
just
good book.
admitted that they were called
Okay,
Negroes,
look.
right?
No, Chinos, not Negro.
Look,
Chinos.
You just said they were.
again,
You just said it.
Chinos, bro. Chinos, not Negroes. Chinos.
Did you
but
just hear what
look,
he said?
we have to pay
He said
attention.
Chinos, bro.
Listen, yes, listen to what he just listen.
Hold
They
on,
keep
hold on,
going to
Station.
Mexico. They keep
Say
going to
what?
Mexico, Central America. Whenever they point that y'all keep going to Mexico and Central America. When it comes down to the details, y'all never talk about North America.
Well, because
it's just weird to me.
once you get into that book, it talks about the displacement from what we call
Are
Mexico,
you from
Texas
Mexico?
area. Hold on, from
Yeah,
Mexico,
you
Texas, from Mexico, the Texas area, that whole Texas, Mexico, New Mexico, that was all considered Mexico. So when we looking at it in historical time, you got a lot of it already is taking place in North America. Don't be confused with the borderlines now, because most of this displacement was considered Mexico, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
So I like the
but we know there
displacement
was different
started
groups.
displaced throughout the North America and other migrations. Then they often guess what? They said they go from Chinos to Indians. In the book, it talks about the migration and the classification of these people once they hit a different region. So you have to get into that book, brother.
No, I feel you. That's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What
Well,
I'm saying
I
is,
don't
why
know.
are we not
This,
talking
hold
about
on.
these Indian Negroes that was in Georgia or Oklahoma or South Carolina or Virginia? You keep talking about every time you try to draw the
Well,
fact that
listen. Well, what I'm
there
saying
was
is
Negroes, you go to Mexico.
have the Yamasi in North America that's fighting against nations here that's described as Negro. You have the Chickamauga and one of the leaders who came down to help fight from the north to help fight with the Chickamauga in the expedition of Nigger Jack was Dragon Canoe. He's often depicted as a Negro as well. So we can get into a lot of other history. I'm just giving a generalization from start to finish. We're talking about Asians here, not Negroes, but we can talk about Negroes if that's what we talk about.
And colonial Mexico went all the way up to South Carolina, my nigga. Colonial Mexico went all the way up to South Carolina. So don't just say, oh, you talking about Central America. No, we talking about all the way
So
up
look,
in North America.
yes, colonial Mexico did go up to South Carolina.
Okay, so what are you talking about
Hold
Central
on.
America then, bro?
Let me finish what I'm saying. What you're talking about is regions that's controlled by the Spanish. I'm talking about Aboriginal people. This is what I'm saying. Y'all not talking
The
about
people that was there was Aboriginals, bro.
Yo, you said
Oh,
colonial
hold on.
Mexico.
You
This is
keep
a
saying
time
y'all,
period.
but
This is
you keep
1492
saying
and up.
y'all not talking
Well,
about
y'all,
what?
I'm just
I feel
talking
like I'm
about what I'm
just.
hearing.
Go ahead, brother.
I mean, you just now mentioned tribes in America, but the whole time,
Well,
whenever you're
listen,
trying to
you
get down to
gotta
when
realize
you
we're
proving
working
something,
up
you just
to
go to Mexico.
we working up to entry level of first we was talking about Asians and the impact of these people. When first we want to show that they had a different classification when first entering here. And then we want to show the gradual change of classification. And the same time simultaneously show what was concurrently going on in North America and the classification change that was going on there. It's very complex. A lot of people want to make it simplistic, but a lot of these simple questions can go into a 2-hour build just on elaboration. So I understand what you're saying, brother, but I'm just trying to generalize it, sum it up as fast as I can. You see what I'm saying? But so that's
You
why I
got
just
time. Yo, take your time. Take your
huh?
time. You don't gotta.
Okay, no problem.
Take your time. You don't gotta
No
speed.
problem. Sometimes I
You know what I'm saying?
need that. Tell me again, goddamn, not go slow. Take my time. Let me
Take,
sit back and relax a little bit. Let me light
yeah.
this up. Sit up, goddamn. We ain't got nowhere to go. Go ahead again.
Hey, not a coincidence. I got a question for you right quick.
Yeah, I just
What's
want to
up?
say something. All
And I'm
those
civilized tonight, so.
the sound effects
All right.
when you laughing and stuff at people, you know what I mean? That right there is distracting, man. You shouldn't do that.
Nah, that's part of the entertainment, man. But go ahead, Tashwan.
And
Entertainment,
listen,
man.
I
No, man,
know
we're not
everybody
gangsters.
hurt a lot of people's feelings, and if you get distracted with something like that, we got to focus on your focus. You understand me? Let me say it again. We got to focus on your focus.
No,
That means you
are we
got
being serious or
to.
are we being jesters? Are we trying to sign up for, you know what I mean, comedian class? What's going on?
Well, some of you guys damn near is comedian, or y'all borderline funny as hell to me. So yeah, that's why we throw in the laughter, nigga.
That's goofy, man. Grow up.
You don't like it, do you? You
No, I'm
don't
just
like
saying.
it, do you?
You know what I mean? Can we grow up? Can we be grown men? Have some
Yeah.
conversations and women. There's a woman on here too.
Listen, grown men laugh, brother. Sometimes you gotta laugh. Sometimes you're a little angry, brother. Put a little laughter in your chest, sir. Then you gotta tell me.
I can understand like laughing when it's like a time to laugh, but when people is having a conversation and you just throw out laughter, man, that's kind of rude, man.
Because y'all come on here with the most silliest nonsense sometimes. Not you, but you have said some silly shit throughout this conversation that was funny, so we highlight that. You understand me?
Oh, let me guess what you said was funny right now. Well, anyways, I want to. Is there any depictions of Indians?
Hey, but listen though, one thing you niggas gotta get in check is that I run my channel how I run it. I don't take advice.
Do what you do. Do what you do.
And guess what? You want to tell
I'm
you
just
what
trying
else?
to help you.
Guess what else you get? You won't have me coming over there telling you how to run your shit, brother. Stay in your
Well, I
lane.
mean, I conduct
Nah.
myself like a grown
One
man.
thing, AP don't need is help with his channel. I've been around. He grown his shit on his
He
own. He
getting
don't need
help right
He
there.
doing
This
what he
dude in the
do.
middle, he's
Nah,
helping him.
he
That's
doing.
my
It doesn't
DJ,
matter, bro. You
Bruno.
can't come on here. Just worry about the information. Don't worry about anything else, bro.
Yeah, don't
Like,
worry about
like
that.
don't.
Tell him not a coincidence. He gonna dig
Yeah,
himself a
like,
deep hole going that way. This ain't what you
yeah,
want.
because we wasting time talking about shit that don't matter. Like,
I'm just saying.
he do it for an entertainment factor. I kind of like this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
A lot of
You're
people
not gonna
like
come here
he
and fall
don't like it.
asleep.
He's the butt of
You're
And
the
not
I've
gonna
been
come
on
here and
many of the
fall asleep.
platforms
You
and
know
they
what I'm
do
saying?
that. Anytime somebody says
We a
something
different generation.
that makes them uncomfortable, they'll try to laugh it off.
I'm back taking this. I'm with my man Cuddy in the cutlass to the cliffs. The dumping of a hit.
Yeah, shout out to DJ
You gotta
Cuddy, man. Best
understand.
producer if you ever
You
knew it.
on the
He
wake.
said,
You
this
on the
guy
wake
said the
court
guy
anyway.
in the middle is helping him. Of course, this is my DJ, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
on screen right
But you
now.
on
So
the wake court anyway, bro. You gotta just take it how it is, man. Like this is more a distraction than the sound effect.
I'm just trying to help the brothers out. Maybe they'll fix themselves, man. That's it.
no, we don't need no help. You help yourself, brother. You still waiting on Sky Daddy to come back. You still think Moses
You don't know what. You don't know nothing about me.
Get out of
You don't
here.
know anything. Have you heard me say that? Have you heard me say that?
You believe Moses split the Red Sea?
Have you heard me say I was waiting on the what you call a Sky Daddy?
You believe Moses split that Red Sea with that stick, though? I know that.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
So keep believing in fairy tales, nigga.
What's a fairy tale? Can
I'm
you
not
prove
about
that
to
it's
argue
fake?
with you. Listen, you believe what you want to
You can't
believe.
prove it's
I'm
fake,
not
so
about to argue with no Bible thumpers. You understand me? You're a Bible thumper. I don't thump with
and then you
Bible.
want to be a Native American, man.
Yeah, okay. I've never once
That's more
used.
funny.
I
At
never.
least
I
I'm trying
never
to.
once
At least
used
I'm
that
trying to
term,
hold on
brother.
to
I
something,
use
man,
the
that got
term.
some weight to it. You hold
What,
on to something that's somebody else's.
brother? We don't
We
use the
gonna have to
term.
fight these Native Americans to the death for their
Brother,
shit.
Thanks
brother.
for having me up, JP. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna let somebody else jump up. Y'all have a good night, okay?
All right, Sister Soul. Shout out to Sister Soul. Hey, listen, this is what we're gonna do, y'all. You must not know me. I stand on Aboriginal history, and the Native American people that you think is the real Indians, we have live debates with them and cook their boots, sir.
Where? Let me see. Let me show me to the point me to the channel. I'm gonna go watch one right now.
All you got to do is type in Aboriginals versus Native American live debate. It's gonna pop right up. Probably like 30, 40,000 views, brother. Go indulge, roll you up some, get you a kebab or something, get you some tea, and goddamn watch that nice live stream, brother. You'll enjoy us kicking ass and showing this primary research on how we the first people of this land.
3 years ago. Let me check it out.
And Native Americans ain't even Indian. You think that we trying to practice their culture?
Oh,
boy,
yeah,
we got the luxurious culture in the world. No Native American can do what we do. Fuck is you talking?
Y'all ain't rolling around. Y'all ain't trying to roll around with feathers.
No, we don't do the feathers, brother. You got this pan-Indian movement and all that. We wear feathers for certain spiritual moments. So when you see these documented people with feathers, that's only for a certain holiday or a festival. That's not everyday wear. The everyday wear is going on immaculate clothing like you see us wearing every day, brother. This is nothing new.
Oh, can you show any ancient writings from your people that shows you guys wearing immaculate clothing?
The bottom part mirror.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Immaculate clothing all the way back from the 1800s, going all the way back.
1800s.
Yeah, 1800s going back.
I said ancient.
Oh, ancient.
Y'all was over there wearing sheep or goat skin.
My bad, brother. The fringes that you Hebrews supposedly wear was credited to being invented by Aboriginal people, and I'm gonna get into that.
I don't wear them. What you talking about? Hold on.
But guess what? Hold on. You want to know about clothing, ancient clothing? We got something that's called alpacas, which is a form of double insulated hoodie, right? That goes back 15,000 years. We got something that's called trousers that Aboriginal people invented that go back 15,000 years. You can get that from the American Indian Encyclopedia, 15,000 years of invention and innovation, to go look at that for.
The double hoodie, right? That's
What was they wearing in Africa and Israel?
no, I'm talking
15,000
about the
years.
double
Hold on.
hoodies
What
you
was
talking
they
about?
wearing in Africa and Israel 15,000 years ago? I'll wait.
We was wearing all types of priestly garments. We was wearing gold. We
Prove
was wearing linen. We was wearing
Pull
fine
it
linen.
up.
Hold on,
Pull
we
it
was
up.
wearing fine linen.
Show it. Show it. Pull it up. Show
You want me to read it?
what you was wearing 15,000 years ago
I
in
can read
Israel.
exactly what we was wearing. What? We didn't have on just, you know what I mean, some
Nigga,
silk
show
or
us. Pull it up. You a screenshot.
we had silk. We had fine linen, white linen. We had gold bells. We had gold.
What happened to? What happened?
It was stolen from us.
Oh, okay. All right. Now pull up a source. Where can we look that up at? I'm just saying. Where can we find out that in Israel they was wearing clothes at 15,000 years? Where can we pull it up? And I want to know the name of it. You know, pull it up. I want to see this source. You just pulling this up, sir.
You read it straight out the Bible.
Oh, so the Bible talks about. So the Bible's talking about history.
I can get other sources, but you know what I mean. That's predating all the other
That's why
sources.
it's hard to deal with you Bible thumpers, boy. Woo!
Man, you going off with the white man giving you.
Not a coincidence. Get your point, man. Not a coincidence.
Salute everybody.
I don't fuck with the Bible at all. None of that
How
shit.
you think you
I'm
Bible?
ready. I want to ask him a question. Hold on. Can I ask him a question?
Go ahead.
Ask him a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Not a question. Yeah.
Yo, so earlier you mentioned how Black Americans come from West and Central Africa, right?
Who, me? Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. So how are you tying in this Israelite culture 15,000 years ago to West and Central Africa?
The Bantu people.
Because that ain't there. Nah.
The Bantu people, you know what I mean? And there was a Yoruba
Absolutely
people.
not.
Absolutely not.
So how? So what they was speaking Hebrew and they got what?
And they got, what do you mean?
Like what cultural?
Do you know anything about the Bantu people?
What cultural thing? Yes, I do. Come on. Yeah.
Okay then.
They don't speak Hebrew or write Hebrew.
Who do they speak? What do they write?
Bantu. They speak Bantu. Some of them don't write.
Okay, are you talking about like this modern Hebrew?
You could say whatever you want to say. They have nothing to do with any of it. Because you know, Bantu is a language. It's not a one people. So now you're grouping multiple people, different tribes, and trying to say they're all Hebrew.
Hold on.
It doesn't work like that. Because you can't say because they circumcised, because they circumcise their females also. So I don't see. They do scarification. You're not allowed to do that in the Bible. You can't mark your skin in the Bible. This is not what you're saying. Doesn't make any sense, bro. Not to be African.
Are you sure that Bantu isn't Hebrew? Are you 100% sure of that?
Yes, I'm positive. And I'm 100% sure that Bantu people practice. Listen. They practice scarification, brother.
It says the Bantu languages are dialects of ancient Hebrew. The root language of the Bantu dialects is the Igbo language of Nigeria, which is least affected by foreign influence among the Bantu dialects.
All right, where are you reading from?
I'm just letting you know, man, you wrong.
No, where are you reading from? You're not reading from any linguistical thing. You're reading from a biased source. That's why you don't want to say the source.
Isn't Hebrew.
Hey, hold on. Hey, I gotta give us the source. You reading? Where are you reading from? So the other brothers and sisters in the chat verify this in real time. That's what give the sources out, brother.
He's not gonna cite it because he knows it's a biased source.
It's a
No, it's
source.
not.
It's
Listen,
called
the Bantu language
Bantu is
comes
Hebrew.
around 5,000 years ago.
Hold on, man. It's a
Listen, the
source.
Bantu
It's
people
called
come around like
Listen, you
5,000.
ain't listening. It says
I'm
Bantu
listening.
is Hebrew. Look it up before you judge it.
What
So,
website
all right,
is credited? Oh my God, he don't know what a source is.
no, hold on. The real question is, do Bantu people practice scarification?
What?
Do Bantu people practice scarification? You know what
Scarification, what's
scarification is? When they mark up their skin so they could for different rituals and identification practices.
Yeah. That's because they went off.
Oh, it's because they went off, right?
Yeah. That's
they've
why.
been doing
That's why
that
we
shit
in this
for a long
condition. Hold on,
time.
listen, brother. We in this condition that we in because we was breaking the commandments, not keeping them.
This nigga said
Yeah,
because
so I'm.
Man, come on, cuz. Nigga said stop doing that, cuz. Get up out
I'm
of
an
here, cuz.
Israelite. Look at me. I'm an Israelite. You see this? I got
Yeah, anybody can
tattoos.
be an Israelite.
I got tattoos, brother. So hold on. I
Original
got
from it.
tattoos. So just because I got tattoos, don't mean I'm not an Israelite.
No, but my point is, they've been
No, your point is
practicing
frivolous.
scarification before there was even a Israelite. Before there was an Israelite anything.
No, but
that
Bantu
doesn't
is
matter.
Hebrew.
Man.
That's what we're talking about. You going
No,
off
it's
now?
not. I just looked it up. Listen, I just looked it
Hey,
up. The
brother,
top.
hold on,
Listen, the
hold on,
top. The top Google one is a broken
hold
one,
on,
and the next one is a Facebook.
hold on. Let's restore order right quick. Let's get it together. Hey, brother, I got a question for you real quick, and I'm gonna let the brother Not a Coincidence get right to it. Are you an American? Is your family from America?
My family was stolen from Africa and put into America. So we will be now today considered as African Americans.
How many generations do they go back to Africa? How many generations are you an American? 1, 2, 3, 4.
That doesn't matter.
I just want to know: are you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th generation?
Our origins is from Africa.
Hold on. Are you first, second, third, or fourth or fifth generation American? Which one are you?
I'm past all that. That don't mean nothing. Just because you was stolen somewhere and you had kids there, don't mean that you're from there.
Hey, fam,
that's like me. Look, hold on. That's like you kidnapping somebody. That's like you. Listen to this. Listen to this analogy. If you kidnap somebody,
don't beat me, brother. I'm just asking the question. Hey, I just want to know. You say you were stolen from. You say you were stolen from Africa. I just want to know who stole y'all family.
What they call today as the white people.
The white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The white people. So the white people.
Man. What are you talking about? You ain't been in history class?
Hold on, I just want to know what white people stole them though. You don't know which ones?
Cause you ain't been it.
How they steal them, fam? How they steal the whole family though?
Easy.
Tell me.
What I mean? Through war, weapons.
Damn, they went to war. What white nation?
Yeah, they going through with weapons, and they got certain things that they trapped us with, like nets and shit like that.
Oh, with nets and shit, they put you. Hold on. They put y'all niggas.
Laughing, man. Ola Uda. He was stolen.
Hey, that
Ola
nigga saw
Uda was stolen from
Tarzan.
Africa, from West Africa. He did a book
They
about
kept you with a net though.
Hey, that nigga saw Tarzan.
Ola Uda was stolen from Africa too, and he made a book about it.
I'm saying though, I'm just asking though, bro. I'm saying how? How did they capture y'all with a net though? How?
They capture us in all types of ways. What are you talking about? It's stupid questions.
No, they not. Stole, bro. That's all. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I mean,
you ain't never seen nobody. You ain't never seen nobody get kidnapped before.
Have
never watched the news when somebody got snatched up. Hold on, you ain't never watched the news when somebody got snatched up.
Have I ever seen a nigga get stolen before? No, I haven't. Yet alone a family, never have. That's
so you must watch. You must not watch TV.
Nigga, TV is fake.
Shit, I got stolen before.
Nigga said you must not watch TV.
Oh, so when people's family members get stolen,
you watch too much
hold on. When
TV,
people's
bro.
family members get stolen,
and they report them, and now they're on
Hey
missions
brother,
report.
Hey, all I'm encouraging you, stop watching so much TV and pay attention to your surroundings and what's really going on in
Crazy. If you
reality.
don't think that they didn't steal people, you nuts. If you don't think that people is not able to steal somebody else, you're crazy. You need to watch TV. You need to be aware of your surroundings.
Bro,
Hey, bro, I thought Africans were strong and had nations and fought people and had these great kingdoms. How they let some cripply white people come steal them? I thought y'all was fast as hell.
No, the real question: are you able to be stolen, brother?
What?
Would you let somebody come steal you? Because some white people come steal you today.
It depends if he's, you know what I mean, if he's power me and blindsided. If he blindsided me and was stronger, hold on. If he blindsided
been
me
locked up before
and was stronger, they'll be able to take me. What are you talking about?
Yes,
hold on,
niggas.
nobody been locked up before?
What?
Yes.
Because I know I got stolen before.
Man,
I've been
come on,
driving.
it's another way you get stolen.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now,
No, we ain't about to play that. Oh, the black man ain't did. Nigga, you broke a crime and you went to jail. And if you did
But
break,
wasn't
you
they
fought
able to
it and
steal
did
you
it
though?
there.
Like if you didn't give yourself up, you
Oh,
was
so you
busted.
saying the white man's always right? Hold on. AP, that white man's always right? That's what you trying
No,
to say?
I'm not saying that.
When
I
he
don't
pulled
know
me
the
over, he was just right?
situation, but obviously it
That's
was
what
a
it
crime.
sounds like. You saying I broke a crime. You sound like are you saying I broke it? You don't even know what happened.
Well, what happened then, bro?
Like you just sounded like
I'm just saying
that's
though,
crazy.
we gotta be real though. The
That was
police,
crazy.
but now we know the judicial system is fucked up. G, we know it. So we talking about. We know when you got laws in place that help the judicial system do that. That's not kidnapping. That's another form of servitude in a way. You see what I'm saying? I guess if you will. But like I said, they got laws, judicial systems set up. We talking about a group of white people that's never entered the land, running wild, just doing shit. No, they don't have.
Yeah, they are just doing shit. They got something called the 13th Amendment. They can accuse you of crime.
No,
and put you in the jail.
laws. They just didn't come here and just start taking motherfuckers up. They had and they still not they put you in a facility and lock you down. They not taking your ass nowhere for real. They locking you in a facility.
What you mean? I've been all.
What I'm saying is, at first contact, there's no laws that helps them. They not a part of the judicial system that help them. So how they able to run rampant and just start gathering up you niggas around? That's what I'm saying.
Well, how they do it to the people
that's another tool and mechanism that goes towards their benefit. That help them be able to overpower you. But now beyond that,
so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because they really came over here and snatched Indians up.
How is a white nation able to come into a black nation, quote unquote, in Africa that's thriving, smart, creative, resource bound, all this shit? How they able just to start capturing people? You can't say that they the judicial system. You can't say that.
I'm gonna answer it. No, I'm gonna answer it. They already had a system of trade and people already set up. That's how. But the question is over here. They
I'm talking
already had
about
a system
first
of trade.
time. How did they set up?
We need a source for that.
How
Can
do
we
they
get a source for that?
Hold on. Stop. So they had
No, source that up. You just making assumptions, nigga.
No,
source it up then. Go source that up.
Why you jumping in like that, bro?
We need to know. We need to know what that system was.
Smoke. Show this.
I don't know what type of shit this nigga on.
Hold on. Calm down. Not a coincidence. I just want to make sure we clear. How did the first contact of this slave capturing of when white people started capturing? How did this happen? I know it was a system eventually in place. How did it start before this system got in place? How before this line, so-called? How did this entry go? How did these white men come in? Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Narrate the story.
I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how it happened in Africa, according to the Portuguese. Okay. Then I want you to tell me how it happened in America. All right. So in Africa, you had Prince Henry the Navigator. He starts pushing, trying to find new lands and trying to find more money to fight the Muslims that are in North Africa. He sends people down towards West Africa, in the area like Mauritania, a little past the Canary Islands. They run into this dude named Adahu the Moor. They kidnap him and a couple other people, bring him back to Portugal. A year later, they bring him back to Africa because he told them about a trade that the Muslims already had. And he said if they go further south, they can find more black people. And they'll tell you about more trade and more shit down there. They went down there, they made the trade, and that's how the trade started. And the source is the discovery and conquest of
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm clear on something. Who got that background noise? Everybody mute up, please. Everybody mute up if you ain't muted. Except for a lot of coincidence. Appreciate that, y'all. Who initially started this trade that was borrowed that wanted to go south? Who was these people? You said the Muslims or the Arabs?
No. The Portuguese. The one that they give credit to starting the transatlantic slave trade.
Right, Portuguese area that we call Spain, out Andalus, the Gleesy guys. Yeah, all right, I'm with you.
In 1441.
Yeah. I'm with you. The
Prince
Gleesy
Henry the Navigator. No, Prince Henry the Navigator. They kidnapped somebody named Adahu the Moor. He made a ransom for himself. He said something like, if you trade me, you can get 10 black people. They're not Moors. He said you can get 10. He said you can get 10 black people that are not Moors, and it's better to take them because they're Gentiles and you can save their souls. This is what is said in the book. And the book is written in the 1470s, I believe.
And are you telling me at this given time that the Portuguese were dominantly, quote unquote, white people as what we're talking about right now, right?
Absolutely.
Can you prove that by any chance?
Yes, because Adahu is black, and he said they're black. You can get these people that are black like me. He's making a contract.
Is not the same thing as the Spanish. The Portuguese
he's making a contract. He's telling them
what word was actually used for black, because black wouldn't have been used. So what would have been the word in use?
Negro. So there's a part 1 and part 2. They talk about Negro kingdoms. That's when they start getting to the Congo. It's not really Congo what you see today.
So the brother, so the Moor brother referred to himself as a Negro and other people as Negro.
No, he referred to himself as a Moor. But he said these other people are black.
They used the term.
Just like him. Listen to me. He referred to himself as a Moor, but then he said they're black like me, but they're Gentiles.
They're Negro like
to take them to save their souls.
Right.
No, at that point in time, they don't use. Listen. Can I listen? At this point in time, in this part of the book is going to say black, and in part 2 you'll see where they say Negro also.
Yeah, because we know at that time that there was Negro Portuguese at that time. You see what I'm saying?
No, there wasn't. So now you're saying there's black Europeans?
You got a source on that, AP?
No. He don't even need a source. Because if he's saying that, he's saying there's black Europeans. He just spent a month saying there was no black Europeans. So he got to make his mind up. He doesn't even need a source.
There's no black European. I'm talking about.
He doesn't need one.
I'm talking about in those
specific. He has a pick. They're not black Portuguese, bro.
I mean, how can you say that they're not melanated that's in Spain or what we call Portugal at this time?
Did you hear what I say?
Hold on. I just want you to tell the people that we know what Spain is in relativity in connection to the continent of Africa. You feel me? Okay. Are you saying that there is no melanated people there in Portugal?
No, I'm not saying that.
Are you saying that the original people, the people that they call Portuguese, is white people? Is that what you're saying?
The original Portuguese, absolutely white people. And what I'm saying is Prince Henry the Navigator, he's white. The people he sent out are white.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.
That's it. Like, are there black people living in the Iberian Peninsula? Of course there are. We just had 700 years of mixed Arab. You have people coming from North Africa going over there for the past 700 years. Yes, they're still there, even though they expelled people. Because guess what? They said you don't have to leave if you turn Christian. So I'm pretty sure some melanated people said, "Fuck it, I'm good here. I'll be a Christian." Like,
But the
so that's
reason
not like
these people, see, we know what you got to
but
follow is that who
the
took over.
crown is white.
We
The
we know
crown
that
is white. That's what I'm saying.
huh?
When I'm
Who
saying the
running
people
it?
who are running the shit are
Who
white.
was running it was right.
Are
So you
white.
got to talk about the invasion who took place of the people who was already initially there, because that's showing that these
No, but
people originate.
no. See, that's another problem, bro. That's another problem. Y'all think that they took over the whole thing. They took over certain port areas, important areas, and where ports are. Now, when we're talking about these
Facts.
Portuguese people that come out of where they come out of, they didn't take over there. They already had their shit. The king is like they got that of it. They're still good. Y'all think they just took over the whole shit? No, these people they rise to power and push them out. So it's not that we have to show that oh they was running everything. No, they wasn't running
I
everything.
just want
Y'all
to
make
make
it
it
just seem
clear
so
that
simple
that
when it's not.
the original inhabitants before England or that island invaded what we call Portugal was Negro. I just want to make that clear. That seemed like that was my
Yeah, 9,000 years ago.
run over though.
8,000 years
Yeah,
ago.
long time.
Hold
Nine,
on.
eight thousand, nine
So
to seven
England,
thousand years ago.
so England invaded that area of Portugal 8,000 years ago.
No, what I'm saying is if you want to go to the original Negro people, you gotta go 7, 8, 9,000 years ago.
So are you
Past that
but
point, these is when these
so
people start becoming white. But we changing the topic, bro. We
what?
changing the topic. Like I said,
There
I'm
ain't
telling
really no
you,
topic. We were
if you
just
want to
talking
go,
history. We just
well,
talking a
we
little
was
history.
originally because I want now. You asked me that. No, look, I'm gonna tell you what we was talking about. You asked me
Oh
to
no,
show the
no. You
first
was talking to the
contact in
other
West
brother that was
Africa.
on here.
I did. No, you asked me to show the first contact in West Africa. I named the people. It was they were sent by Prince Henry Navigator. Everybody can look up the conquest and discoveries of Guinea by
No, we was talking
Gomez
about the first
Zuava.
contact of white people
Oh
coming in
my now,
capturing.
coming and bringing them, yeah. So now I was asking you in America is documented that they took people. So how
But
was y'all
we
able to
know a
make that
lot of
happen?
those people was often that was doing the capturing coming in would have often been melanated people. We know that they had snatched up other people from the region and forced them to become under their army. A lot of them people was identifying Moors. That's what the El Moorivists was. When they went into parts of West Africa, they used other melanated people to do it. A lot of them often of the generals was mulatto as well, maybe often light skinned, but they sent the dark ones in. We know that. They wouldn't have been able to make it to the interiors of Africa without being damn near wiped out. We know that. So when I say when did the white people capture, I'm still not hearing that.
I just told you it started with a Dahu. A Dahu, they grab a Dahu and 3 other people. They take him, bring him back to Portugal. They stay for almost a year. Then they bring him back. When they bring him back, he goes talk to his people. They bring about 100 slaves, and they get to pick about 30 of them. And then that's the
So
beginning.
Adadu and
They
the
bring
3 other
those people back.
melanated brothers went in there and got them, not the actual literal white people, correct?
No, listen. No, and then after that, it goes further on. This is when they make more trips after because they're
So I
interrogating
actually
these people that they
want to make it
got.
clear right quick. I know. I just want to make it clear right quick. You just said who got off and went in there and brought these slaves to usher them in? Was it the Danu the Moor, which was a Negro, much like them, like he described, and was the other 2 brothers Negro as well that was with him?
All right. So when they captured the Dahu, he was with it was him and a girl.
Was she a
right?
Negro as
They
well?
go.
Was she considered more as well?
Hold on. They're describing both of them as black.
Okay,
They're
cool.
describing them different from what they are. Then they run up on a boat. It's like 5 or 6, but they don't get all of them. They get like 2 of them. And then they like, fuck it, we going
And let me
back.
ask you this: was these 2 people Negro?
Yes.
And was
Now,
these
the
captured
problem
people
with
was the
this,
ones that ushered in the other slaves?
now when they go back, they're interrogating these people that they got, but they're really talking to a Dahu because he's the one, he can kind of speak Arabic. He can't speak fluent Arabic, but he kind of, he can, you know what I'm saying? They say he's a nobleman, so he like has some kind of rank. Anyway, they convince him of that.
Right. So
They end up bringing him back.
They need a Dahu at this particular point.
Yeah, because they don't know shit past basically past the Sahara Desert. They never been that far.
Right. So
So they ain't been that far that they have to build. They have to build new ships. They have to build new ships that's going to be able to last that long in the sea. And that's when they come up with, I think it's called the Caravel. These are like faster ships and shit that.
Yeah. So I want to know who was the initially after they captured them, they went back. Who went into the jungles to usher in the rest of these African captives?
They never listen. They didn't have to go in the jungle. They were staying on the coast, and they would capture people on the coast up until they was able till they get into the Congo. Once they get into the Congo, they convert the king of Congo to Catholicism. He becomes a Christian, and then he starts supplying them with slaves.
What nations on the coast? What nations on the coast was some of these captives taken from? And go ahead. I got another question. I think. Go ahead. What nations was
Well, like I'm trying to tell you in the beginning, so you can go. I think it starts around the 1470s or maybe in the 60s, where they make it to the Congo and Angola, where, like I said, they Christianize the king. Yes, it is on the coast. It is on the coast.
Angola,
like first they hit the
Congo on the coast.
They hit, yeah, and yes, it's on the coast.
Okay.
First they hit the islands. They hit the islands, but when they start hitting the mainland, that's when they Christianize the king. They take over Sao Tome. They're taking people from Congo to Sao Tome, and they got the what they making there. I know on the Moderna Islands they're making wine. I forget what they're making on Sao Tome, but they even talk about they taking Angolan women for the Portuguese men, and this breeds the mulatto. I could show you another source that talks about that. Yeah, and this is beginning the slave trade over there. They bringing them to the European markets. At the same time, as we get closer to 1492, the Spanish want to get involved, but because of these documents of discovery, if you find a place that isn't Christian, you can claim it. As long as you set up there, no other Christian nation can come in behind you. So the Spanish, they end up going west. Yeah, west. They end up in America. That's why they get the claims to America.
Where was the Moors at in 1492?
In Northwest Africa.
They wasn't in Spain?
That's what I'm saying. But are you saying more just because of skin color, or are you saying more because of practice? Because I told you, these melanated people would have to hold on. These melanated people would convert. They would convert.
It wasn't talking about religious practice. It was talking about physiognomy.
No, I'm just saying in the books that you're reading from, they might be a little.
No, hold on.
You might need to look at the other side of things because you keep saying 1491 and 1492, where everybody know that it was a melanated people over there that was dominating them lands, and it wasn't the so-called European Spanish.
All right,
so you keep putting European Spanish over there in times that melanated people was over there. But I digress.
No, they wasn't, because they wasn't there. I
keep telling you, a lot of them was Spain in 1492, bro. They been was going to war from. Now go ahead, another question. You going there?
You can go ahead. You got something to say? I was talking for a minute. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, did you say that you was
he was just talking about that war.
From over here? Like people wasn't over here doing great things before the so-called atrocities in Africa?
You was asking me something? Pardon me.
Huh?
You was asking me something?
Yeah. Do you think that are you saying that like people wasn't over here before the atrocities happened in Africa that was doing great things? That's melanated or copper?
What do you mean? Like what time period are you talking about?
Before 1492. You saying
Yes,
before?
people was in America doing great things.
That's all. So you're saying that you're not a part of them people. You're part of like the African.
Hey, hold on. Who
I'm part of
you
both
said
of them.
who you said was running the Portuguese Empire at this particular time of invading Africa?
It was Henry the Navigator's father. I forget his name.
John
we
the
could look
Second.
this shit up, but yeah, because
I got John
the
the
king of
Second.
Congo changed his name. I don't know if it's the second. I don't know if it's the second.
And when you look up images of this brother, he looks like a Negro. I mean, I got to say this nigga look like a mulatto. He
So
looked like.
what about Henry the Navigator? What about Henry the Navigator? He looks like a
I
Negro
wish
too.
I was screen sharing right now because this will blow the people away right now. This is mind blowing to me.
So listen, you could be talking about the one from the Congo. I told you that the king from the Congo changed his name to the king of Portugal. He
No,
named
this
himself
looks
after.
like a mulatto. I don't think no
So
mulatto
I
would.
don't know which one you're talking about.
Listen, this look like a
But like I
mulatto,
said,
but you can tell he's
the
got
man.
me.
So are you saying? So AP, let me ask you a question. Are you saying there's black Europeans now?
I'm saying that these people.
It's quiet.
I'm saying that
So
these
this is what I'm
people that was
saying.
running.
Y'all go
I'm
point from
saying. I'm
point.
saying. I'm
Y'all go
saying
point from
Spain.
point.
I'm saying Spain. I'm saying Spain is less than 8 miles from what we call the continental Africa. I'm saying Africans went there and set up shop there. That's what I'm saying. And I say by
Yeah,
way
but
of
now you're trying
When
to
did they
say
go down?
and
no.
I
Now
say
you're trying to say
Americans went
that the
to
people
Rome.
that came
I've
in.
always said that there's black
No,
people in Europe, but they're not Aboriginal
hold
to
on.
Europe. That's what I've always said. I've
So,
never
but
said
you
there's no
know,
black people
what you're saying
identified
is,
as Europeans.
I'm telling you that these white people kicked these black people out, and then they went out to Africa and started making trade over there. You're saying that the people I'm saying are white are black. Do you understand what's happening?
What was the people in the Americas doing in these times up until the
I don't
1800s?
understand what's happening. What I'm saying, I don't understand what you're saying, bro. What I'm saying is, you saying that these people was white. I'm saying that these people was not.
All right. I don't
And
know
like
what
I
more to tell you.
said,
Like
I'm not saying
if you
that
read their writings,
I'm
they
saying that
tell
the
you that
black
they are.
people that was there came by way of somewhere else.
All right. So can I tell you this? So there's a part in the writing where the guy is sitting on the boat. He's looking at him. One of the chronicler. He's looking at him. He's feeling
Certain
sorry for him.
parts. I'm not
But
talking
then
about
hold on.
every part.
Hold on, bro. Let me just say this. Let me just say this because you're trying to say they're white, and I'm telling you they're not, and they make these distinctions themselves. Because he's sitting there looking at him, he feels bad for him as a man. But when it goes to the word of God,
Hey, a
this is how it's
mulatto
supposed to
is
be
the
because he's
distinguished
black.
from a
No,
black.
hold on,
Listen,
don't cut me
when
off, bro.
someone say
He
when
said,
someone
listen,
say
he
that they
says,
mulatto,
no,
that's
bro, come on,
distinguishing
be quiet. I
themselves
don't know
from
why you
black,
cutting me off.
but that doesn't negate the fact that
Hold
they
on.
have black lineage and black blood and they physiognomy.
Let me, you
Like
don't even know what I'm gonna
you
say.
can't deny it.
So are we
Let me
speculating that,
finish
or
what I'm
are
gonna
we
say.
saying that's
Hold
the
on, let
case?
me finish what I'm gonna say. Let me finish what I'm gonna say. He looks at him and said he should be in this condition because he's black, and according to the laws of Moses, that's his curse, his skin. So he's saying he's not that. I don't know how you can say they white without reading their literature, bro. When a guy who talks to him, he says, "Listen, they're black like me,
Portuguese is not
but
Spanish.
they're not Moors,
Bruh,
and it's
guess
better
what?
to take them to
Guess
save
what?
their souls because
Guess
they're
what?
Gentiles."
I gotta keep it real
You
with
got to
you.
read what they say.
I'm black right now. I'm considered a so-called black. But when I say Africans, I say, look at this black ass. Guess what? That don't mean that I'm not black neither. You feel me? That don't mean that the people that's around my general area is not black
Yeah.
neither. That
If he
don't mean
sits there
nothing.
and say,
You can have a word like mulatto that distinguishes you from black, but doesn't negate the fact that
you're
you
not
have
listening.
type of so-called black blood in you, and your physiognomy is the same. You see what I'm saying?
That would make sense. No, that would make sense if that's what I was saying. The
But
man
that's what's
looked at
going
him
on,
and
though. You're
said,
not saying it, though.
listen. He looked, no, yes, he is. He looked at him and said, he's in
All I'm
that
saying
condition
is, I
because
looked
he's
up.
black. If
Listen,
they
this
was both
all I
black,
did.
why is he
Hold
not
on,
in that condition also?
my bad, not a coincidence. This all I did, bro. I looked up who was ruling Portugal in 1490s, right? It came
No,
up to
see,
John
look,
the
no, stop,
Second.
stop, stop.
It came up to
No,
John the
first of
Second
all,
of
the story
Portugal.
started in 1441.
Okay.
The story starts in 1440s. Remember, I said the first time
Okay.
a dollar was in
All I'm saying is, you said black people weren't running shit. They wasn't in place. I just looked it
They
up, right?
wasn't.
Listen, I'm just telling you what I looked up, bro, because that's what I'm talking about. I don't want you arguing a point that you might not even know what I'm talking about. I just want to make sure you understand where I'm at with it. So I ain't
Yeah,
confusing
you're
you.
trying to say.
No, so I looked up 1490 and it came up to 1491. This John the Second of Portugal. You see what I'm saying? He is a mulatto.
You can't share the picture?
But he's not a mulatto. That's
You can literally
yeah.
do
He
a
said he's
simple
not a mulatto.
search and pull it up. I promise. I'm not able to screen share.
Yeah,
I don't
but
even know how to be able to. I can send it to you.
You're gonna
Hold
say
on.
this man is a mulatto?
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
even looking at it. You're talking about he was born March 3rd. That's what I'm saying. He was born March 3rd, 1455, right? So before him, the slave trade already started before him, and this man does not look. You trying to say he
I
looks
got a
mulatto?
cousin who looks just like
He
him.
looks like he looks like
blue
a
after 10.
Iberian person.
Prove the slave trade was going on in 1450s.
I just did. Go to the Conquest of Guinea.
That's not even somewhere proven.
Discovery and Conquest of Guinea. You can look it up. They'll tell you the Portuguese went over there, and they'll give you like I don't know what you want me to say. Like they got
I'm just trying
documents
to
on
say
like
all
there's
these
people.
stories that's coming from foreign
So
influence.
Gomez
The times keep
Zuera,
changing. That's
he's
all I'm
on the
saying, bro.
boat.
I ain't
This
gonna
dude,
cut you off.
he might not
No,
even
that's
be
what
a
I'm gonna do.
mulatto. Dude look like maybe a light-skinned black dude. Real talk, so-called black, like real talk.
You capping right now. This is looking shit. This is looking shit though.
Hey, listen, I want everybody to look it
Looking
up.
shit.
I seen a nigga in Philly look just like this. No bullshit.
Yeah, he's European.
He could be mixed though. So what I'm saying, he still could be a mulatto. I'm saying he's a mulatto, but I'm saying he can possibly not even be a mulatto.
There's no way to confuse him with bro. So you trying to say you can confuse him with we trying to say a black person?
I'm saying obviously it wasn't just these white so-called people. It could have been people from Iberia or so-called white people coming in, and they wasn't just taking over. They was mixing and mingling, and that's how they started to take over shit over there. It wasn't just no Brutus takeover in Portugal. Name the war between England, the nation that came from England that went to Portugal. Name that war.
Name the war. Why would I have to name the war?
Take over. The England over there came into Portugal. Portugal was originally a Negro area, only unless you're saying white people originated there.
I'm saying that. What I'm saying is the white people. Listen, I don't listen, bro. You trying to conflate shit now?
If it wasn't a war, it was a casual mingling and mixing that took over. So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying, listen, not a coincidence.
Huh?
What nation of white people came into Portugal and took it over? And what was the name of that war? If you don't know no war, it ain't no war. How did they take over? That means they had a mix and mingle. This is how you're able to have these
who's saying
these so
Portuguese or the Iberian? Because the Portuguese, the Aragon, they're not the same people.
I don't even think this is a real question. Like
Maybe
who said that
like
England
what region
invaded
of
Portugal?
Iberian Peninsula are we talking?
I'm saying though, didn't you say that the Portuguese was white, bro, that was running and controlling that
but
area.
not all white people come from England though.
Hold on, did you say white people?
Not all white people come from England.
I'm just saying, did you say the white people was controlling Portugal at that particular time in 1440? Where did these white people come from prior to that?
Well, they've been there for, at that time, maybe 1,000 years by then. I don't like, they migrated from other parts of Europe. We can look it up. We can see where these people come from.
So they
I believe
migrated
they come.
there and
I believe
settled. Hold on. So they migrated in and settled in with the original inhabitants of that land, right?
I don't know, but that's not the point. When we get to this time period, there's distinguishing factors. We know that these people don't. Hold on, no. Hold on, no. You're trying to make it look like these people look like the West Africans that they took.
No, that's not what I'm
saying.
saying.
No,
I'm saying these people was not white people like what you're talking about. Now the classification.
Yes, they are white people. No, they are. They're white, bro. I don't like. There's different type of white people. Like you got white people like Irish that got just red hair, but even some of the Irish got black hair, but we only know them for that. You got Dutch who are like blonde. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got Italians who got the darker skin and darker hair.
So you mean
different white people, bro? But they're all white.
Rome or Italy is not a Negro people? That you saying that they was a dark skinned white people? Is that what you saying?
No, I'm saying white people just come in
Are you
different
saying
shades,
that
bro.
the original Italian was a dark skinned white person? That's what you just said, bro?
Yo, can I get a timeline on when you say original? What's the time frame you're giving?
And since the beginning, bro. The oldest, the first that you can find.
What is the beginning?
First evidence of
no,
area
of
Rome.
You don't have to. So just so you listen, just so you don't have to ask me this no more, right? Let's just put the marker at 10,000 years ago. There was no white people. By 10,000 years ago, there's already people in Italy. So obviously, those people are black.
Okay, then. Okay, then. Original, same thing in Portugal. That's all I'm saying.
No, because we're talking about 10,000 years later, bro.
10,000 years ago, it was not be Negroes there neither. It wouldn't be Negroes there in Portugal.
No, it wasn't. No.
Who would have been in Portugal?
Whatever Negroes was there, they came from Africa.
Can you tell me who would have been in Portugal 10,000 years ago, sir? What type of people? Can you describe these people, please?
I just answered that question, though. I already answered that question. I already answered that, bro. Come on.
You just said no.
Just said that, so you don't have to ask me no more.
I said, was it Negroes? I said, would it have been Negroes in Portugal at that same time period? You said no.
10,000 years ago. Listen to me. 10,000 years ago, there are no white people.
Nowhere in the world.
You don't have to ask me that no more.
Okay, so now I'm simply asking you
that white gene didn't flourish in those populations.
When was first entry of these white people? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking, bro.
Like I keep telling you, they start coming in after 10,000 years. I said this 30 minutes ago, bro.
After 10,000 years,
after 10,000. Yeah, no, because you start seeing this gene being
where's the evidence that
shown in the population more?
Where's the general area, geographical location that you started to find these so-called white people that started popping up after 10,000 years? Where did they first pop up? Where's earliest evidence at?
It would be in that same region, that Caucasus Mountain region, Turkey, that north, like what is it, East Asia, where East Asia meets. West Asia meets East Europe, but north in those mountain areas. This is where you start getting the gene that processes what's the shit for dairy? What's the shit? Lactose intolerant. That shit
I
starts
heard
flourishing in those
otherwise.
people.
I
But
heard
those
credit white
people
people.
invade and take it. It's so
I
no,
heard
it's
that the
it's
gene
three groups of
credit
people
towards
that go
white
in.
people was found in East Africa, and Dr. Richard
Yeah.
King,
But
Richard King said that.
hold on.
You saying
Every
that
gene, listen, hold on. No, I'm not saying that. I'm telling listen, every gene that the human has, they had when they left Africa. So these combinations of genes that created white people, those people in Africa had it already. They just didn't combine in Africa, or it didn't flourish because of location
say, I don't
and
think
shit
that's
like
what
that.
Dr. Richard King King said in his
I don't
article.
care what Victor King said.
Well, that's the one
I don't
who's
care what Victor
credited
King said.
to finding that particular finding. If what I'm not mistaken,
No,
Dr.
you're
Richard
not.
King is
You might
credited
be
to
mistaken,
finding
brother.
that gene in East Africa. But look,
But listen, we move far away. We move far away.
needless to say, you allow some people that popped up out of nowhere, right? This say they popped up in the Caucasus Mountains, like you said, popped up out of nowhere to destroy and overrun a nation and cities that was already building at that time. Because you got civilization
Can I
that
get
was
in?
already around
No,
before
but that's not.
2,000 years ago, and that
All right, can I talk?
hold on, let me just explain. I got you, brother. Because you got civilization already built in a relatively close area that you call in the Caucasus Mountain. You have Gobekli Tepe over there.
Okay.
How
I would
y'all
like to
able
ask.
to run
I would
some
like.
new mutated gene that just popped up out of nowhere that all of a sudden mass produced and spread,
Yeah,
which
but
they
that's what I'm
supposed to be
saying, bro. You're
recessive
not
gene,
listening.
which they supposed to be a
You're not
recessive
listening.
gene.
Listen,
All of a sudden it becomes a
it's
dominant gene
not.
for a period of time to enough to
That's
overrun a
another thing.
nation.
Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand what dominant and recessive really means. But
I know it doesn't mean
it's not like these
overpower.
people just listen. Hold on, bro. Hold on. It's not like these people just popped up out of nowhere. The
No,
people
what
that are there in that area, listen, come on, bro. Let me finish, at least finish what I'm saying. It's not, these people didn't pop up out of anywhere. The gene flourishes in those people that are in that area. The gene is already there. These people have these genes in different combinations. They end up mixing, and that's when we talk about natural selection. It was affordable for that population to develop light skin, and those people went on.
All I'm saying is it's just not making sense of this whole invasion, like this whole white people shit. What you
What
saying is not.
invasion though? What
You saying the original people was
you
there.
acting like it's a war? It's
By
not
the
a
time the
war.
Portuguese came, there's none. All I'm saying is, do you have any document describing Portuguese as pale skin?
Yes, I keep telling you, bro. The book. Did I put it in the back chat? The
It's
book.
not
They sit
describing
there when they
Portuguese as
talk.
dark skinned people, though. It's not describing. That's not talking about
Yo,
that.
you
It's
could look at the
talking about
pictures.
a
You could look
non
at.
motherfucking
Listen.
African that they about to capture.
Come on, bro.
But go ahead, my bad. You got the flow, D. My bad. I apologize. This
I don't know what to tell you. Like, you look at John the First of Portugal. If you're trying to say he's a mulatto, he was born in 1433. Like, you can look at Edward. Well, they don't got a picture of him that I see.
yeah, so a
But
mulatto being born at the height of the so-called running of white people running Portugal. How do you got a mulatto
no,
leading rulership
he's
at that
not.
time?
But you're calling him a mulatto. Can you show anywhere where he's called a mulatto? Show that, please. Because you keep saying that without any documentation.
I'm using my
You can't.
observation. But
No,
listen, what I'm asking you
no.
to do
So
is
you're just making that
any
up.
description of physiognomy of any Portuguese at that time. Give me any description. I don't want to hear them describing nobody else. I want to hear a description of the Portuguese at 1440 to 1460. I want to hear a description of any Portuguese people because we know we got them and we know they're not described as pale skin.
These are crazy questions, man. Can I get to my question though?
So listen, I
Because
want you to
in the
explain.
beginning, I was like,
Can you provide the
explain
people
what though?
here? We got 180 people. Can you
Yes, yes.
provide
All
any
right,
source
hold on.
that describes Portuguese as
Yes,
pale skinned people?
Go ahead.
Okay,
You
watch
got the.
this. Hold on. Yes, I can. So when I do this, right? Then what? You gonna say the Portuguese are white, or you gonna
No.
say, oh, there's something wrong with this, there's something wrong with this?
I want you. I just want to hear it, bro. You know I don't be doing all that.
Hold on.
I don't do that, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
You know I don't do that. I'm a stand up.
Nah, you do that. You do. I wanna.
No, I don't. You gave me a source earlier, and I didn't argue with your source earlier, brother. I did not. And you asked for other sources. I've asked for other sources from you in the past that you provided dealing with things, and I've never argued again. Don't do that. Not a coincidence. I don't argue with your sources. I often give you credit to one of the few people to provide certain sources.
Nah, you do. Nah, you definitely do. I give you that. You definitely do.
I give credit when credit's due. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with Big Ab on the late night bill, man. We almost in 3 hours.
I'm putting. You hear me? I'm putting the link in the chat right now. I just gotta find a page. I know it's in here because I know it's in here. But I'm gonna find it. But you can look at this book right here. I just put it in.
All right, I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna put it in the chat for the people, and I'm gonna check it out later on too. So I have it in my copy link. Let me copy
I'm trying
this.
to think what they said.
Y'all check this out in real time. Shout out to Not a Coincidence. I always come with a source. Now, this particular source is describing Portuguese at 1440 as pale skin. Can you just elaborate on it for the people that's going to be reading into that right now?
Hold on, let me find it first, and I can read it for them. Just give me a second. I'm trying to look through the pages. I don't remember exactly where the page is, but I'm gonna find it.
All right. I'll put that motherfucker up and look for white and pale, you know what I'm saying? And how that bitch key mark it in. We'll find it if it's in there, trust me. We'll try all the goddamn words. Hey man, wake up out there, DJ. Wake them up with the air horns, man. Let's get it going. Y'all tuned in to the best live stream out here, man. We keeps it real. We kick information, and we non-biased, man. We here to elevate the people and educate them, man. You know what I'm saying? On who they are as Americans, so-called Black Americans, so-called Aboriginal Americans. We know who we are. Genealogy is key. You understand me? Yeah. I know a lot of you haters in here don't like to see Big Al drying, but I know y'all little channels just be dwindling along. You might as well just quit YouTube and just come over here and get down with the real movement who's teaching and elevating the people, man. Y'all know what's going on. Shout out to everybody out there doing work. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Where y'all at, man? Drop them fire emojis if y'all can hear me, man. Make sure y'all share the live stream. Share the live stream. Hit that like button. We got Smoke Signal on here, and we got Lucky on here. Lucky, what's up, man?
Hey, mic check. Yeah, I really ain't had to say too much. Not a coincidence was going in, you feel me? So I kind of was just sitting back, like, you can let the dog rock out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not a coincidence. He a good guy. I love to have these discussions with Not a Coincidence because he respectful and he get to the point. Shout out to Not a Coincidence. I wish some of you other pan fries start using a little more, positive energy like your brother. Not a coincidence.
That's really did admit that.
You gotta troll. Trolling ain't gonna get you far. The intellectual
Yo,
side.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Not a coincidence. Go ahead, bro.
So if you go to page 404 in that book, it talks about how the first design of Sao Tome, how they started the population in Sao Tome. It starts in 1486. But what they say is So if you're going 404, it's on the right side towards the
So
bottom.
pale skin started to enter a particular region in Portugal in
So let me ask you one
1486.
question. Can I ask you one question? What makes a mulatto?
I guess a mix of some sort, a dark skin melanated mixed with a pale skin of
With a
some
pale
sort.
skin.
Anything swarthy over there.
So look, it says a few years after such of those Jews as had escaped the malignant air were forced away to this isle of San Tome. There married to black women fetched from Angola in great numbers, with near 1,000 men of the same country. From those Jews married to black women is the process of time proceeded mostly the brood of mulattoes. So if you have black women that are making mulattoes, you just said they have to be pale.
No, what I'm saying is
No. You just said they have to be pale. You
no,
just
no,
said
no, no,
they
no,
have
no,
to
no,
be
no,
pale.
no. That's
If the
where we
women are
confused
black, what is the father?
because
If the women are black, what is the father?
I understand. I take your source, bro. I'm not arguing against it, bro.
That's why I
But
asked you
what
the
you said
question.
it was these people was not mulatto, and what I'm showing you
No,
is
the
that
children,
royalty.
no, stop. The children from the Angolan women that they took from Angola and brought to Sao Tome, and then the white men had sex with those black women. They created mulattoes.
How's this? And this is
You're not
happening at
paying
14.
attention.
Hold on. And this
This is
is
in
happening
1486.
1480 what?
1486, they saying, because it
At
starts in the
1486 is
paragraph
when they
above.
first hold on. 1486 is when they first entered there and start capturing.
No. 1486 is when they got the Sao Tome.
At that particular region, right? In Portugal, right?
No, they got the Angola before that. Because they're taking women from Angola. Like, we can go through this whole book. And I want to show you something else in this book.
Angola before that. That's cool. I'm saying, when did they first touch down in Portugal? Earlier you were saying 1440s is when they first invaded and when they first touched down. But you got mulatto people all around at 1433.
No. But how are you getting these mulattoes from Angolan women? Don't forget the African women. That's how you making the mulattoes, bro. You're making the mulattoes from the African
Where was
women.
Angola at? Where was Angola at that particular time? Was it
Africa?
Was it the country that you see today, or was it something else?
It's on West Africa.
All of West Africa, right?
No, it's on a part of the coast of West Africa, and it goes inland.
Historically, right?
Historically, and it's today. I'm not saying it's exact same borders, but there's no doubt it's in West Africa.
I mean, we know it's in West Africa today, right?
Okay, so
I'm saying historically, would the expansion of Angola would have been larger than what we see today?
It could have been a bigger area, so yeah. But it's still in Africa.
We can pull up a map of Angola in 1500s, and it damn near covers almost all of West Africa, leading into some of the north of
But
Africa.
how does that change? No, it doesn't. No, you can't do that. And you're only saying that because you can't do that. You can't show it. Don't do that, Ad.
Hold on,
there is no map showing all the way up to North Africa. The point is, I showed a source that it was white people coming in, taking black women and making mulattoes. AP already said the only you can make a mulatto with a pale face and a melanated person. I gave you the melanated person. They called them Negroes. They said they're from Angola. They're on the island of Sao Tome. And out of those people, you get the Jewish mulattoes. This is what they said. You get the Lancados. That's what they called over there. So I don't know what y'all talking about, man. And they mention America in here too. I don't think y'all want to hear what they say about America.
And we don't care what no damn African.
It don't matter about the second. If we don't talk about being first, fuck it. They're probably lying. That's why they mixed anyway. I mean,
yeah, but you
can't expect a mixed breed to tell the truth. We can't expect the mixed breed to tell the truth.
I hope
we can't expect that's not a good source to talk about what they're about to say about America if it ain't gonna be great shit.
It's a great source. I hope. Did you put the source in the chat for the people watching?
Which one, bro?
The book I just put up there, so they can go to page 404 and see.
I'll put it in there, big bro. I promise. I'm putting it in there again, though. I'm putting it in there again.
And then AP dropped that source where the African told him that it wasn't nothing. Africa just was recently even established. Drop that source.
Watch that from last night.
Recently established. So if y'all want to hear something else, we could.
Matter of fact, hit the rewind on that motherfucker, Big AP. Shit.
So if you go to page 9, you can hear what they say about America. I don't know if
go ahead. Tell me what they said about America, and let's see if it's true.
They said this is what they. I'm just gonna read what they said. They said besides the American, it starts on the end of page 9, going into page the end of page. Let me see. The end of page 8, going to page 9. It says besides the Americans, East Indians, though inhabiting the same parallel zones, are not black. And particularly though, throughout all Americas, it is most certain there never was any black till they were carried thither by Europeans. So this is what I'm saying.
I can't, bro. I can't.
Hey, big bro.
I know
it. Big bro. All I'm saying is, hey, they just lied to you, and you know that's a lie, and you know that, like you know that's a lie in your soul. So, man, come on, bro, you can't take everything they say.
because you know what they call them black? They call them people from Africa black. They're not calling dark skin East. They just said they might look like the East Indians, but they're not calling those people black because we know those people get dark. It's not about skin.
Why they don't call them people black now and they call us black now?
Because black people come from Africa. That's why.
That's why they don't call them
niggas don't come from Africa, because they don't come from Africa, brother, and they know that. That's why you have maps. You have maps in the 1600s saying Negro land, and then at the same time period in the 70s, like 1700s, they call them Negro land. You'll see in newspapers in America, you got new Negroes coming in. I showed you that before.
Is this?
1700s.
Right.
The same time. I said they got maps in the.
That's about the same time that niggas was going over there, huh? From America.
There is no back to Africa movement or people even going back there until when you get to late 1780s.
You just said the 1700s. That's all I'm saying. The 1700s.
I'm talking about
colonizing.
Look, I'm talking about 50 years before that, brother. I'm talking about 50 years before that. 40 years before that.
50 years before that, okay.
And I'm talking about hundreds of years before that. In the 1500s, listen. Before anybody trying to go back or saying this is what they want to do, in the 1500s they got a map talking about Negro land. Negrita. Shit, I can show you a map in 1485 talking about the clear hills of Africa on the African continent.
Hey, listen, I'm not negating the fact that they was identifying them people as different Negroes than the rest of them. I'm not saying that. I agree.
They're the only Negroes. They're the only Negroes.
I know who went over there in ancient times.
They don't own, but this
it took civilization. I know. So y'all might not know.
I've been watching a long time, bro.
I'm seeing not a coincidence in a nutshell.
Trust me, bro. I've been watching you a long time, right or wrong.
You have.
I have never seen you actually show that people went over there whenever you're trying to say a long time ago. I seen you talk about it.
I have showed it in various different sources. And like I said, I still stand on this. If anyone want that smoke in a formal debate, I will be willing to illustrate all the rest of my sources.
What? On what though?
On that Negroes from America went to Africa thousands of years ago.
Tribe.
Yo, that don't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense to take, bro. Because I don't like. You're gonna come with people with. It's not gonna. It's gonna be a bunch of. Not even. It's gonna be. I can't even say second.
Nah, don't insinuate. Don't try to get yourself mentally.
He's gonna
just soak in the question. Deal with the issue. And are you up to the challenge, bro?
I'm dealing with it now because now we gotta understand. There is no methodology or any a list of checks
We don't
on
gotta
how
understand
y'all.
for
Hold on,
nothing, bro.
stop.
You gotta gather
No,
your
I'm
sources, bro. We don't
no,
gotta
y'all are
understand nothing.
so
We already
biased. Y'all
understand what
accept
we
any
understand,
source.
bro. Do you
No.
have the
Listen,
sources available?
Hold on.
listen.
Let him get
What
it
I'm
in.
saying is, y'all are so biased. Y'all take any source that agrees with y'all bias. Yeah, Ab never showed.
Listen,
He
I'm
showed.
not just
No,
gonna
hold on.
give
Let me
you
just finish
this.
this one sentence. Let me
Go
finish
ahead,
this one
my
sentence.
bad, brother, my bad.
Ab, you have to admit you never showed a primary source that's executing what you're saying. You show not even secondary sources. You shown people talking about this topic but never actually approving it. So if that's what you're talking about, sources there is no level of like methodology or checking or saying like what is equal, like
Yeah, but
what
it's
is what, like.
strong data that's convincing to the argument. And not only that, I do have a primary specifically that states that Americas to Africa in ancient times, specifically dealing with the mummies in Africa. So I have the actual primary to that. So,
And I've got an Australian researcher that will substantiate the claims.
and like I said, I've shown it on several different cases. And me and Chief Holiday was supposed to be doing a big jammy jam on that because I got it lined up, brother. I got it, brother. So like I said, I stand on any smoke for that, you know. I give y'all this good time, brother.
I'm saying, listen, I just don't want to. I would love to take that trip, but I don't want to waste my time. And you show me.
You're wasting time, man. You could actually put an L up under my belt if you're that confident.
No, it's not even that it's that confident. There's nothing that substantiates this shit. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like we're talking about a phantom topic. You're trying to say that the people in America,
The American
actually
Indian Dictionary
civilized
that's
Africa.
15,000 years, goes back 15,000 years. That could substantiate it because that
What
takes
goes? Nah, that's
most
not
of
the
the
claim he's
knowledge that
making.
y'all use
The
to
claim
be
he's
able to
making is
complete the
that.
task that y'all was able to complete, bro. So we just refer you to the American Indian Encyclopedia, bro. Goes back 15,000 years
All
of our
right. So
accomplishments
you refer
and
me to that?
revolutionary inventions
Can I
to
ask
the
you a question,
world,
brother?
Craig.
Can I ask you a question about that book? Can I ask you a question about that book?
Yeah.
Do either one of y'all brothers look like the people on the cover of that book?
Hell yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yes, sir.
I see.
Brains and all. The rubber
that book.
makers. The
That's a
rubber
side.
ball men look
That's a
just like
psyop because often in describing the people in some of the literature, not a coincidence that's where
He don't read. He don't read past the
that is
picture.
not
See, look, you
hold
gotta
on.
Read the
listen.
description.
The cover does
I'm
not
asking about
describe the people.
illustration. I'm asking about illustration.
Yeah, but we know Aboriginal people don't look like that nowhere
No,
on the
I asked a
planet.
specific question.
No. You did. I'm not
Do you
arguing.
look like the people on the cover of that book?
Do I look like the cover of the people?
I look like the people on the walls.
Hell
I
no,
like
the
the people
people
on the
that they
walls.
talk about in the book don't even look like the people of that book. So,
No, I just
yeah.
that's so you don't look like the people on the cover of the book, right?
I look like the people on the walls.
That's not my question, though, brother. Like I answer
Well,
the
that's
question.
the answer, bro.
Yo,
me make a
brother, if you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer you directly.
Listen. We got to understand at this given time, you have two different people in this Americas and cultures
No, I get it.
combined. You have Native Americans that adapt to American Indian culture and often
So
take
my next question would be,
and often take their accomplishments and contributions as they sell. That book was written by a Native American. You see what
so
I'm saying?
why are you referring
And
me
what
to?
date? They wasn't writing books in 1492. They wasn't writing books.
That was selecting American, Aboriginal, and Indian data to
He's
comprise a
selecting.
goddamn source. It often goes into Olmec, Mayas, and then we know what the description of these people are.
All
It
right, can
also
we build on that for a second?
goes into a lot of other different settings. He's also used the term Aboriginal. We know what these people look like. They don't look match what these people, even the people that they're talking about within the book, doesn't match the people that they showing on there. So that's foolery.
I feel you. But let's not.
But you gotta
Just what the
understand,
text
trickery is always at
Well,
place.
the president will call that malarkey.
You gotta be able to listen. Hey, when I call that, you gotta learn how to dodge the hijack.
brother. Not a coincidence.
I'm dodging a hijack right now, and I'm trying to help the people in the audience dodge the hijack because let's listen to what you just said. And what you just said was it was written by a Native American. What you say, y'all are two different people. The people
Yeah, it
on
should
the
have been
cover
written
of
by
book.
a white man at that point. You
Okay,
know what
Native
I'm
no.
Americans,
But we're talking
aka
about this book
mulatto.
though. Let me get
Native
this out.
Americans are synonymous with mulatto,
All
bro.
right,
You got
that's
to
fine.
know that on surface level kindergarten,
All right,
understanding the
that's
research.
fine, bro. We're not talking about
hold
that
on.
though.
Well, hold on. Come down,
Like,
everybody, one time. It could have been a white Chinese. It doesn't matter. What we want to accumulate is the
no.
data that it's talking about. Some often can use the wrong
I
depiction
just
on
want to
shit.
say one thing. If y'all give me a chance, I don't know what y'all so scared of when I start
No,
talking.
I'm not.
Niggas
I
try to
thought.
cut me off. I must be doing something. But this is all I want to say. You're referring to a book that's written by people that you say that's not you. The cover of book you say it's not you. But then you also say on mad shows that y'all don't have that Native American culture. This person
Bro, and then
who's
when I
Native
said when I
American is writing
referenced
about
something
his
older
culture.
than the book, you didn't want to deal with
It's
something
crazy.
older
I
than
can't
the
even
book.
get my shit out. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
We're
Since you
old.
got
We're
something to
older
say
than
so
paper,
bad,
Hold on,
bro.
go.
Chief
We're
Jones.
older than
Chief
the
Jones, mute up.
institution
That's
of
how I know
paper.
it
Hold
hurt.
on, Chief Jonesy, mute up. Let him get
It
it
really
out.
must hurt. It really must hurt because I know the feeling when you just want to say something.
Go ahead. No, go
But
ahead. Go ahead, brother. You got the
now
floor,
my
brother.
point is it's just it's written by people that's not y'all. The cover of the book got pictures that are not y'all. Inside the book, they got pictures that's not y'all. And you also say y'all have two distinct cultures. You're not Native American culture. In that book, they talking about Native American culture. They talk about teepees and shit like that.
No, not
So you
all.
saying, hold on,
Not
do they
no.
mention
Hold on,
teepees in
brother.
the book?
Listen. They got it classified as what culture. When you look up TPs, that is not the southern, the southeast, the northeast. You don't see that mentioned or
Oh,
credited.
so y'all not,
Hold on, hold
so
on, hold
y'all is
on, hold on.
nowhere but the
Hold on. They
southeast.
combining Native American and Aboriginal culture. That's just what I'm saying. So now when you this is how you distinguish it. Now what
They
you
don't
do
make it.
is the same tribe you just named is categorized in that book as a Plains Indian. Go look it up. It's classified as a Plains Indian. All Plains Indian classification in that book deal with TPs, deal with the primitive shit. I don't run through that book 1,000 times. You can go
So
through all of them.
Southeastern Indians wasn't making mud huts?
Huh?
Was they making mud huts? And you saying
No,
Southeastern?
they actually created their own brick called adobe. What are you talking
So
about?
yeah, that's out of mud, bro. Come on, bro.
Not just mud,
That's
bro.
mud.
It's not
Brick, bro. Don't try to
it's
deny the
just not
science. Real
mud,
bricks is
bro.
made of mud.
It's just not mud, bro. You
No,
gotta get
yes it
you gotta get
is.
into,
Like,
hold on. You gotta get
yeah, they
into the
put
process
sticks
of how they
and grass
waterproof.
and all
Hold
that.
on.
They
You
put
gotta
shit into,
hold
but
on.
It's
You
just
gotta
like
get
the
into
plane,
the process.
dog. So play is
You
fake.
gotta get
that's
hold on.
crazy.
You gotta get into the process of how they waterproof these bricks. These are real bricks.
Is
Bricks
it
that's
made from mud?
still being
Is it made from
occupied
mud?
Bro, this
Is it
nigga,
made
today.
from mud?
can you
Hold
take
on. You
elementary
talking
pottery
about
class, bro?
bricks? You talking about mud bricks? These mud bricks supposedly are waterproof that's still being occupied today. Yeah,
That's
some of
how
that
you
still.
get clay. Thick ass mud is clay. Clay is how they process to make bricks. Once you bake it and process it, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, not a coincidence. You
They
might
call
know
the
that
dirt in Georgia right now red clay.
And when you look up Adobe, you've been disingenuous by just saying mud, brother. I understand you don't want to be correct about it, but Adobe is a brick. It's a type of concrete. You understand me? And that was also waterproof.
Science.
They go through that process. They also was masters at metallurgy as well. So like I said, it's a lot of shit in there in that book that they classifying and giving credit to a lot of shit to, and it's not the Plains Indians, okay? Who's often did you see depicted on that goddamn book right there. So, like I said, you can go through the book. I encourage it. That's why I put it out. Uh, it's distinguishing cultures from one another, and it does it in by regional areas. And we know who occupy those particular regions because we see the demographic of people, and they call that area Plains Indians. Plain Indians, and we know, we can play with the words on plain. We know what plain means. You see what I'm saying? Lucky, what was you saying, brother? I know you want to get it in. Smoke signal. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? I think everybody think he dropped off. Chief Jonesy, can you hear me? My mic.
Mike,
all right, we good. Making sure we on there. Well, shit, man, we ain't gonna hold off too long, man. We almost hit 3 hours up on this thing. Hey, man, like I said, do your research. Do your research. Anybody want to critique and challenge, that's fine. I like that. And I also stand on formal debates where we both display our information by via screen share. Okay. I also take all smoke. That's for real.
So, how did the so they got writings of where they talk about, you know, white people came over here and kidnapped people. How did y'all let that happen?
White people came over here and kidnapped people.
Yeah, don't y'all say that they took them in the slave trade and sent them around?
Where they sent them to?
A bunch of places.
Where?
In the Caribbean, Europe.
Oh shit. It was more.
We took some to Angola. Some got taken to Angola to help them like build up their population and shit. So that might be where like the people that got stolen and made that little half Angolian race that you talk about. It might have been kind of like where that rooted and was founded from, bro. You ever look into that?
So what year are you talking about?
Man, these niggas wasn't getting traveling snow. These niggas was willing. These white people came over here nice. Listen, we need help building some shit. Y'all some good builders. Ain't y'all the mountain builders? Can y'all come over here and help us? And niggas willingly went.
I mean, I seen writing where they thought that
they probably got screwed out of a bad contract, but niggas ain't getting snatched up. Come on.
I seen writing where they thought these people came from heaven.
Yeah, that's probably some Native American Plains Indians belief, but
Nah, but this was in like the Caribbean though. There ain't no Plains Indians in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean.
You know, right? Yeah, all right, maybe so. Out of one, many people came off, whatever. You know, that's that Caribbean stuff.
This is the first contact you was talking. Remember, you asked me about first contact. That was first contact.
Okay.
They came from heaven. They were giving them their children and everything.
Story time, bro. Don't give us Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, bro. Show us some facts and some research and some documentation.
That's all I do is show facts. You just made a statement and ain't showed nothing. If you look in the back chat, it's nothing but links that I put in there. What you put in there? No, seriously, you don't want to always check me for sources. Listen, if I say it, I got a source for it. I'm gonna let y'all know. Listen, I'm gonna let you know if I say it, I got a source for it, man. I don't say it unless I do. So I thought y'all been knew that. Like I don't just come on and say shit. I don't make shit up.
I challenge your source. All right, and I challenge your source. We can leave right there.
So challenge it.
Like I said, these first contact with whites in Africa, whatever, was by way of slavery, So these people was coming over here as slaves. White people didn't enter America brutally; they entered this bitch as slaves.
Now y'all open the door for them. That's what I'm trying to say.
The first slaves in America was whites.
Y'all thought they came from heaven, bro. Y'all thought they came from heaven.
You ever seen a little swipper clean up? Motherfucker, that's heaven. These white people did a lot of work in slavery, picking cotton.
Boy. That's why they got them motherfuckers. That's why they got that genetics fucked up. That's why they got them fucked up knuckles and shit now. The motherfuckers is all crooked from all the years.
Call them in North America mainland. What is you talking about? We don't care what they call about that shit. I ain't telling you.
That's how that rheumatoid arthritis shit in their knuckles and shit, bro. All that fucking picking, that shit's genetic.
I'm not an islander. I don't speak for islanders. So shout out to my island brothers and sisters. I don't speak on, you know what I mean? I don't know. That nigga said they came from heaven. Not a coincidence, you hell, G.
That's what they said. That's what I can prove that they said that.
Bro, he said he caught, but he said
Somebody
they got
wrote that,
kidnapped. Bro, I'm trying to get back to the kidnap with the net, bro. Like, they was fishers of men and shit. Like, they cast shit out there with hella niggas swimming and shit and just got them motherfuckers. Like, what the fuck, bro? How can you even, like, consider some shit like that, bro? For real.
Yeah, man. Let's get the hell out of here, man. We didn't cross on 3 hours, man. I'm about to get the fuck out of here. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Not a coincidence. Chief Jonesy, Brother Lucky. Who else we had on here? Smoke Signal. The rest of the Hebrew brothers that came on. Tayshawn, the God's 111 Truth. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, too, for holding it down. One of the latest chats out around, man. Shout out to y'all. Good to see y'all in here. Make sure y'all drop them fire emojis for y'all get out of here. We about to roll out. Make sure y'all hit that like button for y'all get out of here. Share the live stream. Let me shout out to Elijah D on the Cash App donation. Shout out to Elijah D for the Cash App donation. We appreciate the support. Make sure y'all support the channel, you guys. Y'all go ahead and support the channel. Hit that like button. Share the live stream. We out of here. DJ, man, let's get it.
Already.
Shout out to DJ Cuddy in the building, man. He the best to do it if you ever made it. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all come back now.
I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll let y'all close out. Go ahead. What'd you say, y'all?
Nah, I was just saying, appreciate you letting me come up on your panel, bro. Be safe tonight, yo.
Anytime. Hey, just because you don't agree and you combative, don't mean I won't let you on with the same respect. I give motherfuckers the same respect. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We just deal with the scholarship. That's all. And we got to stand on it sometimes. This information is complex. We've been told a lot. We're just now, I'm challenging the mainstream narrative with their data. You know what I'm saying? So this often could be something that you never heard before, but isn't a fact. And often scientists only come later to establish a lot of this shit we've been teaching about as fact. I remember some shit we was teaching in 2018 that just got established as a scientific fact as part of history as of 2021. So it's a lot of shit we've been pushing and teaching that's ahead of the curve. So don't be alarmed to this information, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good, blissful night. Enjoy yourself. We out of here, man. Shout out to the American Aborigines. It's your brother, Big Aboriginal Power. We out.
Whatever it takes. The alleyway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open. Children been making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling deep my stomach. Paranoid, yeah. I won't let them care. They won't see me care. I gotta sleep with one eye open. Children been making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling deep my stomach. Paranoid, yeah. I can't let them care. They won't see me care. I put attention, all of my blood, all of my veins. They started with perky, now that hair right numb his veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with dealing, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, children been making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them care, They won't see me care, I gotta sleep with one eye open, children been making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the stern. I know the eyes wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them care, They won't see me care,